The story begins in the Northern Territory Star region at the Demon Sea Land, where a barrier sphere hangs in the sky, connected to a terrifying stream of power. Directly below four guardians stand watch. In the distance is our protagonist, a guy named Lin Yue, observing through the formation. Finally catching up, he immediately rushes forward. A tremor emanates from the sphere in the sky, and right under the guardian's feet, Lin Yue has already swiftly snuck in. One of them detects a strange movement and warns with a commanding voice, Demon Sea Land unauthorized personnel are forbidden from entering. As he speaks, a large blade descends straight towards Lin Yue's position. Boom. But with his nimble movement technique, Lin Yue easily dodges the attack. Next, a mace comes crashing down from above, accompanied by a warning, intruders will die. Just as he evades the first blow, he's startled by movement behind him, but his reflexes are still too fast. Lin Yue accelerates, leaping forward using the Guardian's arm as a springboard to fly high into the air. The assault is relentless. The Guardian right next to him swings his blade. Swiftly, he finds himself in a pincer formation, surrounded by the four. But contrary to any worry, Lin Yue immediately gathers spiritual energy at his fingertip, smiling confidently. Just you guys. With a flick of his hand in a sweeping arc, the spiritual energy releases, gradually enlarging and slicing one Guardian in half. His body was enormous, but in exchange, his speed was too slow and his defense couldn't hold up, making him an easy kill. Next is a spectacular spin. Wherever he turns, the released spiritual energy slices the remaining three Guardians in half. Overwhelmed completely, the four giant Guardians have just landed on the ground. When he's startled by a new presence, more cannon fodder has arrived. From a golden light, numerous figures appear ranging from human to grotesque forms. A red-faced man points and shouts, "Such a bold brat daring to barge into the Demon Sea Land. Deal with him for me." Upon hearing the command, the entire crowd rushes towards Lin Yue. He still has time to chuckle to himself. So they're Saint Territory illusory bodies. These Vajra bodies are all forged from the souls of Northern Territory experts. Their strength is not much weaker than their original owners. The Seven Demon Emperor really went all out to guard him. They are about to close in. A determined and focused gaze emanates from Lin Yue. It's still all about speed, a true overwhelming display one by one. They all take a kick from him and fall. Next, he channels power into his fist, finishing off the rest of the mob. A dragon-headed man watches the scene unfold, frozen in disbelief. How could Lin Yue overwhelm hundreds of people like this? Just as he thinks this, a single finger attack flashes past his head, and he gently falls. Lin Yue flashes a smile, affirming his overwhelming dominance. Hundreds of beings from humans to demons defeated by his hand in less than a minute. He slowly walks towards the golden sphere. Finally showing yourself. Great Senior Sumeru. A frown appears on his face as he asks, "Who is making a ruckus here?" Lin Yue smiles and replies, "Sorry to disturb your rest. Great Senior, I'm just here today for an appointment." Sumeru asks, "You actually broke the Saint Territory illusions. A mortal realm cultivation. How can you be so formidable? Let this old man test your skills." As he speaks, he gathers a purple-black flame in his hand, shouting, "Take this." At that moment, the attack is unleashed towards Lin Yue. In less than 2 seconds, the energy expands into a massive blast. Lin Yue just stands still, not reacting at all, then bursts out laughing. "Ha ha! This Taoist technique is truly powerful. It's rare in this world to find a technique that can catch my eye. Great Senior." Sumeru's face shows surprise. This brat is not simple. His cultivation is only at the mortal realm. Yet why is he so proficient in my ultimate great Sun Taoist technique? He exclaims, "Who on earth are you?" Lin Yue smiles and asks excellent question. The scene shifts to introduce our guy's history. "I am Lin Yue. If not for an accident, I should have been at my exam deciding my future." He's seen pedaling furiously on a bike, muttering, "I'm not going to make it. Not going to make it." The traffic light turns red, but because he's late for the exam, he tries to rush through. But what was bound to happen happened. A truck from the adjacent lane is speeding towards him. Then just a sigh. The regrettable accident occurred. Just when I thought it was all over, I transmigrated. The moment the truck hit him, he opened his eyes to find himself on a bed. He sits up exclaiming, "Where is this? Didn't I get hit by a truck?" I had transmigrated to a place called the Hongmeng continent. The place I'm at is called the Wangshan clan, a major cultivation sect on the Hongmeng continent. I don't know whose body this is, nor do I have any of that person's memories. But since I'm here, I have to follow the rules. First, let's see if I can join the immortal sect and start my destiny. As I approached the gate, I asked politely, I am one who wholeheartedly seeks the Tao. I wonder if I can become a disciple of your esteemed sect. But in the end, I underestimated this world, where the strong prey on the weak. I was laughed at by even the weakest disciples of the sect, haha, with a trashy mortal realm cultivation like yours. You can't even beat us, and you want to become a disciple. Dream on. That's right, trash. As I was dejectedly about to leave from a corner of the forest, a woman's cries for help echoed. Help, help, someone's raping me. A pervert laughed sinisterly. You can scream your throat out, no one will come to save you. Just as he finished his sentence, our hero arrived, pointing and shouting, in broad daylight, you dare to bully a good girl. The pervert frowned and turned around. Where did this brat come from? I think you're tired of living, aren't you? As he spoke, he rushed straight at Lin Yue, stabbing a dagger right into his heart. You even dare to provoke me? You don't seem to be from the Wangshen clan, huh? Lin Yue felt his body was too weak. Am I going to die in this world too? Humph, that familiar feeling again. Waking up once more, I returned to the day I transmigrated to this world. At the same time, I was trapped in this one day for 100,000 years. In this world where the strong are like a jungle, I can't let people bully me, I must become stronger. And leave this place, I have to rely on myself to become stronger. Although I'm in a loop on the same day in this world, there are countless teleportation arrays that can take me to any corner of the world in that single day. It's because of this that I learned this world isn't just the Hongmen continent, there are other magical continents. Lin Yue passes through one and exclaims, this place is truly something to look forward to. I have traveled through the extremely cold Snow Kingdom, where our guy even asked some penguins if they knew what new songs Suntung MTP had released. I've also been to the rumored underworld, even casually having a swimming race with some monsters. With this speed, you dare call yourselves water demons. You won't be winning the Olympics gold medal. The two monsters swimming after him gasped for air. How is this guy so strong? I'm exhausted. Then I also went through the holy land of cultivation, causing trouble wherever I went, being chased away. How did a mortal realm trash get here? Drag him down and question him clearly. I want to have his babies. During my 10,000th year of reincarnation, I had learned the secrets of all regions and sects in this world. The era of emperors has passed, and the struggles between major sects have become increasingly severe, namely the Wangshen clan, the Qishao Pavilion, and the Demon Sea Land. The strong rule and the weak are killed. This has made every sect's desire for strength grow ever stronger. The cultivation system of this world is divided into 4 major branches, but people are stubbornly focused on cultivating mysterious qi to upgrade their cultivation level and seeking high-level techniques to enhance their combat power. As for the battle body, because it's ranked last, and divine sense is difficult to use in actual combat, it's despised by the vast majority of people. Only a small portion of people specifically research it. Perhaps due to the cause of rebirth, I was reincarnated countless times on this one day. My mysterious qi cultivation, because of this, is stuck at the mortal realm and cannot break through. But as the reincarnations went on, my divine sense began to grow infinitely. After 50,000 years, my mysterious qi cultivation was stuck at the mortal pill stage due to the loop. But I discovered that the strength and weakness of the mysterious qi territory are not the final representation of strength. The growth of divine sense could help me reach a level of strength comparable to cultivating mysterious qi. After 70,000 years, I had slept with every beautiful woman on the Hongmen continent once, and this is the girl who is about to change our protagonist's life. Her real name is Xiaoni. She listened to his story and asked, "So you're saying you once saved great Senior Sumeru and have been reincarnating until today for 100,000 years?" Lin Yue smiled and replied, "That's right. It's also the most glorious deed I've ever done." Xiaoni huffed loudly. "Humph, you think I'll believe your nonsense? I think the one who poisoned me was you." After hearing this, Lin Yue just smiled. "Don't worry, I'm not with them. Follow me." Xiaoni still didn't believe him. Turning her head to walk away, she said, "Get lost, you pervert. Don't follow me," Lin Yue warned. "Go forward a few dozen feet and in 10 minutes you'll see fire and the people who want to capture you." The girl still didn't believe him. "Enough. No matter what you say, I won't believe you." She hadn't even taken 10 steps when, indeed, she saw the light of a torch and a group of people staring at her. Smiling sinisterly found her. Xiaoni froze and screamed, "Ah!" Two grotesque-looking guys rushed towards her. "Catch her, don't let her run." Understood. Xiaoni instinctively turned and ran straight towards Lin Yue, shouting, "Help!" Lin Yue asked, "Do you believe me now?" The terrified girl hid behind him and replied, "I believe you. I believe you." Lin Yue smiled. "Very good. Then after I've dealt with this, you'll come with me." Without much more to say, the two scummy guys didn't last more than 5 seconds against Lin Yue's fists. The two of them went deeper into a secret passage. He pointed and said, "Let's go. We'll enter this secret passage first." Xiaoni asked, "Why do we have to go in? And why is there a secret passage here?" He explained, "Because I've been here countless times. I've reached the end of this passage and have seen the person who wants to capture you. Do you dare to go and see?" Upon hearing this, her hand clenched tightly and she said loudly, "I dare! I want to see who wants to harm me. Let's go." "Hey, you wait for me." A moment later, the two went deeper inside. Lin Yue placed his hand on the mechanism, and the gate easily opened. Xiaoni looked around, still skeptical. "Where are the people here?" He replied, "They're here." Just as he finished speaking, in front of them were the pervert and 2 men in hats. That pervert's name was Situ Jue, the son of Elder Xuan Yu of the Wang Shen clan. As soon as he saw Xiaoni, he became annoyed. "Damn it, how did she wake up?" Xiaoni recognized him and reacted, "Situ Jue, it's you. What did you poison me with?" He laughed sinisterly. "Of course, it's an aphrodisiac to make you and me have a good time. The holy and inviolable maiden Xiaoqing, once I obtain the cultivation bestowed upon you, I'll be able to ascend to the next level." "Why are you still with a mortal realm trash?" A brief overview. Of the Hongmeng continent since ancient times, cultivation has been revered above all. At the very peak is the Heaven Emperor realm, followed by the Transcendence realm, Reincarnation realm, Universal Degree realm, Spirit realm, and finally the Mortal realm. The mysterious Qi territory is a great mountain. If you can't cross it, it's very difficult to access higher-level techniques. Therefore, these people are truly naive, thinking that the level of the mysterious Qi territory is proof of strength. In fact, divine sense battle. Body and mysterious Qi, all 3 elements cultivated together, are the strongest. Returning to the battle, Situ Jue raised his fan and ordered, "Kill them." The 2 assassins complied immediately, drawing their swords and charging. Judging by their twin blades, countless unfortunate souls had fallen to them. But surely not Lin Yue. He drew his sword, and with a gentle flick of his wrist, he easily took both their lives. Xiaoni stood behind, unable to believe it. Even Situ Jue, seeing his 2 close subordinates die before his eyes, was still dazed. Lin Yue taunted mortal realm. "Even if I'm in the mortal realm, killing you guys is no different from killing dogs, is it?" Situ Jue asked in astonishment. "How is this possible? Who on earth are you?" Lin Yue smiled and replied, "Situ Jue, you've just broken through to the Universal Degree realm and you're already so audacious, it's truly laughable." The guy having his level read was even more horrified. How did you know I broke through?" Lin Yue's sharp gaze was accompanied by a stern voice. "Naturally, it was your father Xuan Yu who told me, you should know that what you did today is enough to stop my cooperation with him and even get you killed." As Situ Jue shouted, You are the emissary," Lin Yue instantly teleported right in front of him and slapped right across the face, shouting, "Is my status something you can casually speak of? Get on your knees." Lin Yue thought to himself, the Wang Shen clan's elder Xuan Yu is colluding with the Demon Sea Land, plotting to take over the Wang Shen clan. It's just a pity he gave birth to a foolish son, which is perfect for me to borrow the identity of this Demon Sea Land emissary for a bit. Situ Jue crawled on his knees towards Lin Yue. "I deserve to die. Please, emissary, my lord, spare me. My lord, spare my life." He thought to himself, it's just a mortal pill aura, yet his speed is so fast that even someone like me who is already in the Universal Degree realm couldn't possibly dodge it, as expected of the emissary. Lin Yue shouted, "Leave one of your dog legs behind, then get out." As he spoke, he thrust the sword right in front of him for him to do it himself. The guy saw this and his face turned pale. "This Lord Emissary, spare me." Lin Yue's face was extremely cold as he asked, "What are you waiting for me to do it?" His whole body trembled, but knowing he couldn't resist, he still had to pick up the sword. A piercing scream echoed, "Ah!" The pain resounded through the forest. Having dealt with his own hand, he endured the pain and asked, Is this enough, Lord Emissary? Lin Yue replied, Get lost. Hearing this, he threw the sword down, and clutching his arm, he quickly turned and fled. The girl Xiaoni began to shyly approach, tugging on his sleeve. Thank you. May I ask if you can take me back to the sect? He turned around and replied, I've dealt with Situ Jue for you, but the poison in your body, do you need my help to detoxify it? Upon hearing this, Xiaoni's face turned red and she stammered for a moment. Later, the two were riding on a southern nether phoenix flying away. Xiaoni also wondered to herself, the southern nether phoenix is our Wang Shen clan's flying mount. Even a universal degree realm expert needs 300 years of training to ride it. Who on earth is he? Without needing to ask, Lin Yue revealed himself. Little girl, I've been trapped on this day for 100,000 years. I know everyone in the Wang Shen clan. Scaring a rich kid and taming a bird really isn't a difficult thing. Upon hearing this, Xiaoni was startled and thought, so powerful, I haven't even opened my mouth and he already knows what I'm thinking. She asked, You're sure you want to detoxify my aphrodisiac? I'm engaged to the 7-demon emperor and will marry him in 2 years. Do you know who the 7-demon emperor is? Lin Yue smiled and replied, Of course I know. The 7-demon emperor is one of the 3 emperors of the Hongmeng continent, the most powerful existence in the Northern Territory, Star region. The number of people who have died at his hands is not in the thousands, but in the tens of thousands. Xiaoni asked again. Then do you think if he finds out I've been taken by you, he'll let you go? Lin Yue sat down confidently and replied, He might not even be able to touch me. Let's not talk about this anymore. Let's hurry. There are 3 hours left before the reset. We can do it 5 times. The girl's face turned beet red upon hearing this. What 5 times? Why does my body suddenly feel strange? As she stammered, her whole body grew hot. Seeing this situation, Lin Yue also broke into a sweat. Damn it. Why is the drug taking effect so early? Hey, don't be so hasty. Xiaoni's body became more and more aroused. The little clam began to get naughty. Please detoxify me. As she spoke, she lunged forward actively, pinning Lin Yue down. He was pleased and stammered, We haven't even landed yet. So what was meant to happen happened. The little clam met the little bamboo shoot. The scene shifts to the next morning. Lin Yue, as usual, woke up with a long sigh, muttering, Another boring day begins. He was about to prop himself up on his hand to sit up from the bed. But what the hell? His hand had just touched something soft. Startled, he pulled his hand back and saw Xiaoni lying in front of him. He asked in alarm, Why are you here? Upon hearing this, Xiaoni's eyes welled up with tears. You liar. Didn't you say that when morning comes we would go back to yesterday? He asked, What's today's date? Xiaoni replied, February 31st. Lin Yue was shocked to hear this, February 31st. I'm free after 100,000 years? I'm finally free. Lin Yue exclaimed, his joy pent up for 100,000 years bursting forth. He thought to himself, the 8 great divine artifacts, the 4 great star regions, and those insects who once looked down on me. Just wait until I crush you all. Xiaoni didn't understand anything. All she knew was that she had been devoured last night. She rushed forward resentfully. You jerk. From today on, are you just going to ignore me? You take everything, and then take no responsibility. Lin Yue smiled and pulled her into an embrace. Don't worry. For 100,000 years, you are the first woman to remember me. I will definitely take responsibility for you. He rejoiced silently, thinking, Ha. I didn't expect that the first thing I'd do after escaping the loop would be to steal the fiancé of the 7-demon emperor, one of the 3 emperors of the Hongmeng continent. It seems I need to start cultivating my own power base. After all, dealing with all those small fry is quite troublesome. Well then, let's start with the Wang Shen clan. Xiaoni was moved by these words. You must keep your word. Just as she finished speaking, a female voice echoed from above. Which bitch ate a bear's heart and a leopard's gall, daring to kidnap the saint of my Wang Shen clan? It was Yang Qian, an elder of the Wang Shen clan, riding a southern nether phoenix. Lin Yue looked over and recognized her. Just escaped captivity. And it's already this exciting Yang Qian, one of the 12 elders of the Wang Shen clan, decisive and with a complicated background. Ha, 100,000 years, this is real life. Yang Qian used the dragon trap net. Release. A giant net descended from above towards Lin Yue. Xiaoni shouted a warning. Run, that's the dragon trapping net. Once you're caught, you can't escape. Lin Yue smiled confidently. It's fine, just a little trick. As he spoke, his hand pointed straight at the sky. Then pointing his finger in a line, spiritual energy was released, breaking it with a boom. Yang Qian watched her net get destroyed with just a single finger point and was frozen. The dragon trapping net is the strongest beast-catching weapon of the Wangshen clan. Our sect's master craftsman spent all his effort to research and create it. To break it in an instant with one move, how is this possible? But she only cared about Xiaoni's safety and immediately rushed down little Saintess. Don't be afraid, this senior one will come to save you. She landed with a spectacular somersault. Lin Yue laughed. Ha ha, Yang Qian. Do you want to know the whereabouts of your father? He sent me to give you a message. It's been 10 years. He no longer holds a grudge against you. It was still Lin Yue's highly effective mind-reading tactic that surprised Yang Qian. Who are you? Why do you know his whereabouts? Lin Yue smiled. Want to know? Then escort me back to the Wangshan clan. She asked, What do you want to do at the Wangshan clan? He replied, That's none of your business. Just lead the way. The scene shifts back to the Wangshan clan. When the disciples saw the elder return, they immediately bowed. Greetings, Elder Yang. As they saw Lin Yue approach, they muttered, This person is too arrogant daring to walk in front of Elder Yang. He must be the same type as Situ. Jue, a dog relying on its master's power, a fox borrowing the tiger's might. Those words reached Lin Yue's ears. He turned his head and ordered cripple those two loudmouths. One of them still had the guts to talk back. The esteemed Elder Yang. Why would she listen to you? Just as he finished speaking, he and the other guy were logged out by a single stroke of Yang Qian's sword. The disciples next to them were pale with fear. Yang Qian, her face full of killing intent, asked, Anyone else dare to speak nonsense? They all replied in unison, This humble one dares not. Having made an example of the crowd outside, the three went deeper inside. Yang Qian asked, Now can you tell me what you're doing at the Wangshan clan? Lin Yue turned his head and pointed, I want to see your sect master Qin Ji. Help me announce my arrival. Yang Kan was worried. You're only in the mortal realm. The sect master might not see you. Lin Yue just smiled. Is that so? He walked over and placed his hand on Xiaoni's head. You go back first. Leave the rest to me. Yang Qian stood behind, wondering what powerful trick did this brat use to make the little saintess obey him like this. Lin Yue turned to her and continued, Relay these words to her, and she will naturally invite me in. To unify the strange meridians, one should not unblock the 8 meridians first, but rather regulate yin and yang, and refine the blood before tempering the bones. Only then can the great Tao be achieved. Upon hearing this, Yang Qian thought to herself, Every line of this passage is very profound. Indeed, this young man cannot be underestimated. Perhaps the sect master might really meet him. As she walked away, she said, All right, I'll go relay the message to the sect master. Lin Yue replied, All right, I'll wait for you. While standing around with nothing to do, he heard a female voice, Senior brother, take this. It was a woman who had just unleashed an attack, felling a disciple. Lin Yue happened to witness this scene. The disciples were in awe. Junior sister is so powerful, so cool. It's stunning. Lin Yue spoke up. Are you guys practicing swordsmanship? 2 of the disciples who were also at the gate earlier recognized Lin Yue, and their mouths dropped open. It's him, he smiled warmly. Don't be so alarmed. I'm not a bad person. Talk to me. The other girls just laughed nervously. Let's not, great lord, spare our lives. Only Cheer didn't know Lin Yue and asked, Who are you? The male disciples whispered among themselves. Just now, the 2 disciples at the gate said one wrong thing, and he had them crippled. We should value our small lives more. Senior. Brother is right. Lin Yue approached and replied, Who I am is not important to you. What's important is that I just passed by and noticed that the final move of your heavenly Eon sword art is being practiced incorrectly. Upon hearing this, Cheer was astonished. How do you know? Cheer was startled. How did you know that? Lin Yue explained. Intention before, chi behind, shadow in the middle, sword. Intention commands the sword, sword. Body commands the chi sword. Chi kills the enemy. Cheer was anxious. Sir, may I ask what the content after that is? Lin Yue smiled. Your sword Dao problem I can teach you. But my shoulders have been a bit sore lately. You know what to do, right? Chire was taken aback. What understanding? The hint she approached. Wanting to have her sword Dao questions answered, she had no choice but to begrudgingly massage Lin Yue's shoulders. The guy's face was full of pleasure. So comfortable. The senior brothers were resentful. Sooner or later I will win back my junior sister 30 years east of the river. 30 years west of the river. Don't look down on a poor young man. Yang Qian came out and called Lin Yue come in. The sect master is waiting for you in the main hall. Lin Yue smiled and replied, Oh, time to sow the seeds. As he walked away, he waved goodbye. See you later. Seeing him walk away, Yang Qian turned back and asked, Cheer, your goal is to enter the second territory of Sword Dao early. Why are you fooling around here? She replied, Master, that great lord knows the problem in the final move of the heavenly form sword art. Yang Qian didn't believe it. Nonsense. He's only in his teens. What does he know about Sword Dao? The heavenly form. Sword art was personally taught by my master. Even I haven't been able to decipher the 10th Dao. As she finished speaking, Chi'er immediately swung her sword to demonstrate master look. The great lord just taught me intention before chi behind shadow in the middle. Yang Qian's face was full of astonishment. How can this be? The scene shifts to the main hall. Lin Yue has already approached the sect master. The sect master spoke first, the Gui Si Great Dream. Art is the secret technique of the Wangshan clan's master. How do you know the incantation within? Lin Yue replied, You're wrong. I even know how to break the Gui Si Great Dream art. The sect master frowned. Nonsense, the Wangshan clan's 3,000-year-old technique. How can it be so easily broken? State your intentions, or I won't be polite. As she spoke, she released a technique and many vipers flew straight towards Lin Yue. He raised his hand, gathering spiritual energy, and swung his hand forcefully from left to right. A line of spiritual energy was slashed out, dealing with all the vipers. I advise you to be patient. The internal injuries from practicing the Gui Si Great Dream art yesterday. Without me, you'll need at least half a year to recover. Upon hearing this, the sect master was a little surprised and thought, Last night I was cultivating in the upper Qing Pond, which is a forbidden area. Besides the little saintess, no third person can enter, but this brat not only knows I was cultivating last night, but also knows about my injuries in detail. How does he know? Who on earth is he? Lin Yue continued. I know what you're thinking. Who I am isn't important. But I don't like looking up at people when I talk, and I don't like being threatened by others. Besides, I also know you're currently worried about two things. As he spoke, he walked straight up to the sect master. She looked up, thinking, This young man is clearly only at the mortal realm cultivation level. Why does the aura he emits make me suffocate? Lin Yue continued first. The Demon Sea Land and the Qishui Pavilion are both trying to win over the Wangshan clan, but you don't want to be subordinate to anyone. Second, above the reincarnation realm, is transcendence. You've been stuck at the 9 Yin reincarnation realm for many years, not only unable to break through, but your cultivation is also gradually declining. As long as you agree to a deal with me, I can help you with both of these things. The sect master thought, to be able to break my pressure with just a mortal realm cultivation and know so many secrets, this brat is definitely not an ordinary senior. She spoke up. What do you want? He replied, I want to borrow the Supreme Qing Pond for a bit. The scene shifts to Situju's father. After hearing that his son's hand was crippled, he was furious. Is that how you protect my son? The two assassins kowtowed and confessed. Elder Xuan, spare our lives. We deserve to die, but Elder Xuan, rest assured, we just received news that the brat has gone to see the sect master. The little saintess has also been brought back. Hearing this, the old man clenched his fist. What? Forget it next time? The two assassins clash in their hands. Thank you, Elder Xuan. Just as they breathed a sigh of relief and turned to leave, the old man suddenly turned on them. A trail of ice was seen on the ground, rapidly advancing towards them. The two also noticed it, turned their heads and exclaimed, Humph, Elder Xuan, you. Just as they realized it, they were frozen solid. The old man frowned and cursed. Useless dogs don't deserve to live. He slowly approached the two ice statues, tapped one lightly, then launched a blow at the other. The two assassins shattered like statues. Just then, Situ Jue approached and asked, "Father, is that person really not the emissary?" His father angrily cursed, "Fool. The divine dragon emissary is elusive. His cultivation is profound and unfathomable. Even I have to yield to him. How could he be a mortal realm teenager? Don't worry. As long as he's on the Hongmeng continent, he can forget about living for more than a few days." Situ Jue heard this and cried, "Father, you must avenge me." The scene shifts back to the main hall of the sect master. She said, "I can agree to your request, but the Supreme Qing Pond cannot be entered at will. I will temporarily grant you an identity, and after the matter is done, it will be immediately revoked." Lin Yue agreed. "Deal. I'll come to the Supreme Qing Pond tonight. You come too, then?" She asked why not now. Just as she spoke, the hall doors suddenly opened on their own. Lin Yue sensed that trouble was coming. Trouble has come knocking. I still have to deal with something. It was Zhuan Yu leading two close associates. He laughed and asked, "Haha, the Wangshan clan has a guest. Have I missed something?" The sect master was also surprised. "Elder Xuan Yu." He replied, "Xuan Yu pays his respects to the sect master. I heard that last night the little saintess was abducted by someone, and today Elder Yang Qian just brought her back. Is this true?" The sect master replied, "Elder Xuan Yu is right." The old man slowly approached, scanning Lin Yue's cultivation. "This brat is really at the mortal realm." Lin Yue even cheekily smiled and greeted hello. Xuan Yu's expression changed, full of killing intent. "Sect master, is this brat the one who kidnapped the little saintess?" As he asked, he channeled his power and flew straight towards Lin Yue. Spiritual energy gathered sufficiently, and his hand immediately transformed into an ice claw, attacking with full force, carrying his hatred. He was gloating about his lightning-fast attack speed when he was suddenly startled to feel a finger pointed directly at the back of his head. It was Lin Yue's voice. "I didn't expect Elder Xuan Yu to be so enthusiastic on our first meeting." The old man was startled. "When did this brat get behind me?" The sect master asked Elder Xuan Yu, "What is your meaning?" He replied, "Sect master, don't blame me. The little saintess's status is noble. Hearing that she was abducted by this little thief, I, who bear the heavy responsibility of supervising and managing the Wangshan clan, must naturally take him back for a thorough investigation." The sect master shook her head. "Not necessary. I already know about this matter. The one who kidnapped the little saintess was someone else. If it weren't for Lin Yue's intervention, I'm afraid the little saintess would have been in danger. I have already conferred upon Lin Yue the title of Little Saint King of our Wang Shen clan with a status equal to hers. No one in the sect is allowed to be disrespectful to the Little Saint King," she declared, standing up. The dissatisfied Xuan Yu said, "Sect master." "Ha ha ha ha! Then I must congratulate the Little Saint King. A little Saint King appearing out of nowhere, a young hero truly admirable." He smiled, but in his heart he was bitter. "Stinking brat! Where did you crawl out from?" As he spoke, he also left. The sect master said, "You have offended Elder Xuan Yu. To avoid any unexpected incidents, you should stay at Elder Yang's place for the next few days." Lin Yue smiled and replied, "Thank you for your concern, sect master." The scene shifts to Elder Yang's courtyard. Lin Yue observed it for a moment and praised, "This room is not bad at all. Very elegant." Cheer bowed. "Little Saint King's sword. Cheer wants to stay by your side." Cheer still has many sword. Dao questions to ask the Little Saint King. Lin Yue replied, "That's fine, but I don't have time to teach you today. I still have things to do. You can leave first." The scene shifts down to a secret basement. Situ Jue was fuming. That beast must have an affair with the sect master. Otherwise, with his mortal realm cultivation, what right does he have to become the Little Saint King? "Father, I'm not reconciled." The old man Zhuan Yu continued, "This matter is a bit strange. Just a mortal realm, yet able to escape a full power move from me. It's truly beyond imagination." Situ Jue exclaimed, "Father, I know today I used an aphrodisiac on Qin Yi. It must be him who helped Qin Yi detoxify and took her body. The sect master, to keep it a secret, made him the Little Saint King." The old man laughed. "With this clue, are you still afraid he won't die?" Just as he mentioned death, Lin Yue appeared. "Who is it that wants me dead every day?" The old man Zhuan Yu laughed. "Lin Yue, you dare to trespass into my cultivation place. If you dare to barge in, then your status as Little Saint King won't be able to protect you. Lin Yue began to read his mind. Elder Xuan, your superiors sent you to ambush the Wangshan clan for 30 years. The secret of the supreme Qing Pond hasn't been solved, and the Guishu Great Dream Art hasn't been stolen. Now you dare to cover for your son and touch the fiancé of the Seven Demon Emperor. You don't want this year's antidote, do you? Xuanyu looked at the pill in his hand and was startled. He exclaimed, the antidote for the Jiao poison pill. He really is the emissary. He immediately bowed his head. This old slave Xuan, you pays his respects to the emissary. He turned his head and shouted, Jue, what are you waiting for, Neil? Situ Jue immediately rushed forward and kowtowed greetings, emissary. He thought bitterly. Didn't he say before that Lin Yue was a fake? Is he real or fake? But Lin Yue said, Situ Jue, I only made you cut off one of your fingers, which was already a show of mercy. I didn't expect you and your father not only to not repent, but to almost ruin my great plan. Do you know your crime? Xuanyu's voice was hurried. Emissary, it's this old slave's fault for having eyes but not seeing. Recently, the poison of the Jiao poison pill in my body has become more and more severe. I beg the emissary to grant me the medicine to relieve this old slave's suffering. In the future, for any of your commands, this old slave will die without hesitation. Lin Yue threw the pill over. Forget it. From today on, without my command, do not act rashly in the Wang Shen clan. Xuanyu looked at the pill in his hand as if he had struck gold. Thank you, emissary, for granting the medicine. He immediately put it in his mouth, wondering why did the emissary so easily grant me the antidote this time. Lin Yue declared, don't think that you're fine just by taking the medicine. The pill was made by me. When I decide to nullify the effect of the pill in your body, you will die from the poison. Just as he finished speaking, the pill in Xuanyu's body reacted like a chain locking his heart. He bowed his head. I obey the emissary's command. Rest assured. This time, this old slave will definitely follow your instructions. After a few seconds of not hearing Lin Yue's reply and feeling the dense aura disappear, he looked up and he had vanished. The scene shifts to the sectmaster's forbidden area. She was waiting alone in the water for someone. Feeling someone approaching, she turned her head and asked, You're here. It was Lin Yue, who had already stripped down and was slowly approaching Sectmaster. Take off your coat. She frowned and shouted, Insolent, who do you think you're talking to? Lin Yue stood above and replied, I have no interest in you. Put away your pride. This is just the process of helping you break through. Yin-yang supplementation is the only way to supplement the Guishu Great Dream Art. Of course, you can also regret it now. The Sectmaster also understood this. She lowered her ego and took off her outer coat. Forget it, I'll trust you this once. Lin Yue also stepped into the water and praised, Very good, you just stand still. As he spoke, he gathered spiritual energy in his hand and released it straight into the Sectmaster's back. The girl let out a moan. Ah! Her face extremely satisfied. She thought to herself, The power entering my body is... She exclaimed, This warm feeling is... Lin Yue smiled. Isn't it strange? The power entering your body makes you feel very comfortable. The Guishu Great Dream Art only focuses on yin energy and lacks yang energy. Once you reach the 9th level, it will become too dense with yin energy, and your cultivation will regress. The Sectmaster asked, How long will it take to treat the yin energy? He replied, Based on my current battle state, it will take half a year, but it can also be shortened as my cultivation level increases. I know that the time the Demon Sea Land and the Qishui Pavilion have given you is not much. The Hongmeng tournament is in a month. A brief explanation of the Hongmeng tournament. It's a competition for the right to enter the Dao River among the sects on the Hongmeng continent. The Dao River connects to the ancient Hongmeng continent, where the lingering qi is dense. Only the winning sect can wait for the Dao River to open and enter to cultivate. The sect master continued. Among the 100 sects of Hongmeng, the 3 strongest sects, but among the 3, the Wangshan clan is the weakest. Actually, I had already given up on the Hongmeng tournament. Lin Yue let go of her hand and said, It's not time to give up yet. Now that I'm here to help you, just listen to me. As he spoke, the guy moved closer, rubbing his thing against the sect master's butt. The girl awkwardly nodded. All right? Lin Yue turned his head. That's enough for today. Come back here at this time tomorrow. He thought to himself, taking advantage of the 3 elements. Co-cultivation just a moment ago, My battle state and lingering Qi territory have both broken through to the spirit realm. The supreme Qingpond is truly miraculous. The scene shifts. He returns to the rest courtyard. Ah, so comfortable. Chia was guarding the door, her eyes tightly shut. Little Saint King, the little saintess has been waiting for you in the room for a while. Hearing this, he was surprised, Before the door could open, Xiaoni rushed out from the room. Lin Yue, you're finally back. Lin Yue hugged her. Yi, why are you here? She smiled and asked, I was worried sick. Did my sect master sister give you a hard time? I heard she made you the little Saint King. Right sister has never treated any man like this. You're so amazing. He laughed. Ha ha. Maybe because I have a special place. Poor Cheer, not only has she been a gatekeeper, but she's also being fed dog food. Xiaoni pouted. You're so bad, you devil. Brother Lin Yue. It's so good that I met someone like you. I never thought I could be like this just thinking about one person with all my heart. Yi is already yours. I will absolutely not let a second man touch me. In 2 years, if the 7-demon emperor summons the saintess for marriage, I will take my own life to refuse. A brief note about the 7-demon emperor. He is the ruler of the Northern Territory, Star City. As for Feng Yi, she is just one of the 7-demon emperor's fiancées. In fact, in the 100 star systems among countless sects, there are a total of 108 saintesses, who will have to marry the demon emperor after 2 years. Lin Yue reassured her. Don't worry. Since you've become my woman, I will definitely not let you walk down a dead end. Xiaoni was happy to hear this. Waving as she ran off, she said, Brother Lin Yue, it's getting late. I'll go back first. Sword Ji is my good sister. If you can, I hope you'll guide her well. Sword Ji also bowed little Saint King. Then I'll escort Yi back first. He smiled and replied, Go on, be careful on the way. As Sword Ji left, she wondered to herself, what is their relationship anyway? Lin Yue watched the 2 figures disappear into the distance, and muttered, The apprentice has left. It seems that tonight you can only stay here with me. Elder Yang, she having been discovered, came out and replied, Little Saint King, please have some self-respect. I am one of the 12 elders of the Wang Xian clan. He turned and asked an elder, Indeed not ordinary. He said it with his mouth, but his eyes were fixed on Yang Qian's 2 watermelons. She awkwardly and reflexively covered herself with her hands. Where are you looking? I didn't expect you to be such a rogue. Lin Yue turned and went inside. The reason I can live in your mansion is because you reminded the sect master right. And you aren't. You just trying to make it convenient to inquire about your father's whereabouts. Yang Qian, having been caught, asked, So what must I do for you to tell me? Lin Yue went into the room and sat straight on the bed, patting the spot next to him. Come here, sit here with me. When the time is right, I will naturally tell you. Yang Qian also entered the room, her face awkward. What did you say? He replied, You can also choose to turn around and leave. She hesitated for a few seconds. Having no other choice, she slowly approached, I know. And then what do you want me to do? Lin Yue replied. Don't worry, I won't do anything to you. As he spoke, he flopped onto the bed. In less than 10 seconds, the guy was snoring like a tractor, leaving Yang Qian sitting there, not understanding a thing. He's asleep. He called me in here just for this. The scene shifts to the next morning. Yang Qian was sleeping in a sitting position, hugging a pillow, drool dripping from her mouth, snoring. When she woke up, she saw Lin Yue standing by the window gazing at the sky. He asked, You're awake? She mumbled, Lin Yue thought to himself. Looks like she's not sleepy anymore. He asked Yang Qian, The Hongmeng tournament is about to take place. As one of the 12 palace elders, do you have any plans? She replied, With the Wang Xian clan's current strength, if we participate in the Hongmeng tournament, it's just about participating. Lin Yue turned and smiled. Hey, you're very self-aware. Well then, although time is tight with the help of a few people, I am confident that the Wang Xian clan can win the Hongmeng tournament. Yang Qian was surprised. Really, what help do you need? He replied, The first person is you. In this 1 month I will guide you in the sword Dao of the heavenly constant sword art and its variations. The second person is the one I'm about to go see, Long Lin. Do you know where he is? She replied, Elder Long Lin of the 7th Palace is in the mountain behind, but he has a very hot temper and is always alone. That is his forbidden area for practicing swordsmanship. Even the disciples of the 7th Palace cannot enter at will, otherwise I'll go with you. Lin Yue turned and walked away. No need. You help me go to the hidden sect to save someone. Remember, you must go first. As for going to the mountain behind the seventh palace, I will take Sword Chire with me. She nodded. All right, she thought to herself. When did this little girl get acquainted with the little Saint King? The scene shifts to the mountain, Chire asked. Little Saint King, isn't this behind the seventh palace mountain? He replied, That's right. Right now, Elder Long Lin of the seventh palace is practicing his sword in front. She continued, Little Saint King. I heard that Elder Long Lin doesn't like to be disturbed and doesn't allow outsiders to come to the back of the mountain. He smiled and replied, Not only does he not like it, but he's also very annoyed. Now is the time he sets aside for practicing his sword. Anyone who disturbs him will die by his sword. He turned to tease her scared sword Chire. If I let you fight Long Lin, would you dare? Chire's face was awkward. Well, what? The Elder's cultivation is at the creation territory. I am definitely not his match. Lin Yue reassured her. Don't be afraid. You just need to defend against his first 7 moves. When he unleashes the 7th move, you use the 10th move of the heavenly form, sword art, to counterattack his left hand. If you follow this method, you will surely win. Chire was still a little worried and replied, All right, I'll try. Just as she finished speaking, Long Lin's voice echoed, My forbidden ground. Intruderdy. Lin Yue reacted very quickly, turning and pushing Xiaoni's back. The two successfully dodged Long Lin's lightning-fast attack. The aftershock of the move was powerful. The attack was too strong. Chire looked back in shock. If it wasn't for the little Saint King saving me just now, I'm afraid I would have been a ghost under Elder Long Lin's sword. The smoke gradually cleared, and Long Lin appeared holding a giant sword. What are you doing here? Don't you know the back mountain is a forbidden area of the Wang Xian clan? Lin Yue's face was calm as he replied, I have long heard of Elder Long's name as the Mad Blade in Hongmeng. No other blade can compare. However, I feel that name is not worthy. Therefore, I have come to specifically challenge you. Upon hearing this, Long Lin was provoked. Arrogant brat, a fine not worthy. Come on, then let me see what you can do. Lin Yue raised his hand. You're not fighting me. But Long Lin looked at the opponent before him, still not quite understanding. Chire drew her sword from its sheath. Disciple sword, Chire of the 12th palace holding the Hong Yue sword, has come to break the mad blade of Elder Long Lin. Long Lin frowned. You're letting a little girl fight me. Your strength is so far from mine, yet you dare to challenge me. You are seeking your own death. As he spoke, he rushed forward, taking the initiative to attack first. Chire, following Lin Yue's instructions, tried to both parry and count each move. The first one. Sword clashed with sword, and she immediately accelerated. Doing a spectacular somersault backward, Long Lin continued to charge, laughing heartily. Interesting. You actually managed to block it. She continued to draw her sword to block the second move. For the third move, she dodged with a backward lean. The fourth move was another sword-on-sword block. The fifth move. Long Lin's 6th strike, he used both hands to thrust at her. Chire focused everything on this final blow. Indeed, the damage from the 6th move of Long Lin's sword was very powerful. She was sent flying a long distance, and began her counterattack. Elder Long Lin's sword Chire is coming out now. You must be careful. He sheathed his sword. Kid, you're not old, but your attitude is quite something. Can you block my next move? Chire immediately gathered her spiritual energy, unleashing the heavenly Eon sword art. A stream of sword intent headed straight for Long Lin. She shouted, Sword come! At that moment, a series of swords flew with her towards Long Lin, completely overwhelming his 7th attack. One was surprised. One was successful. One was smug. Long Lin still couldn't believe it. Was it you who taught her first? She deliberately blocked my 6 moves, then provoked me to press my advantage and strike with the 7th move. How did you know the flaw in the 7th move? Lin Yue replied, using the soul as a companion, refining with blood. Your so-called Dragon Lin blade. Dragon Lin, have I said anything wrong? Upon hearing this, he was startled. How did you know the secret of the Dragon Line blade? He confidently replied, I am also a blade lover, so I could see it with a glance. The 10 moves of the Mad Blade have 2 flaws at the 7th and 10th moves. He was still very shocked. Impossible. You saw the 4th move, but I haven't even used the 10th move. How did you know? Lin Yue picked up a branch from the ground. If you don't believe it, then I'll prove it to you. I'll use this branch as a blade. I can defeat you in one move. Both Long Lin and Chier were shocked to hear this. What? He began to get annoyed. All right, then you take a blow from me and see. Lin Yue got into a stance. Just bring it on. As he spoke, Long Lin immediately rushed forward, channeling his power into the hilt of his blade, thrusting down with a full power killing blow. From the spot where the blade was thrust, a stream of power was released from under the ground, heading straight for Lin Yue. From where he stood, a dragon shot straight up. The damage looked truly terrifying. Lin Yue flew high into the air, dodging it lightly, and teased, "Ha, just as I guessed. It's just this much." Long Lin angrily exclaimed. His eyes lit up, and the dragon roared and flew straight towards Lin Yue. He raised the branch. "Let me show you my 10th move." Another dragon was also released. The two dragons clashed head-on. Lin Yue's dragon quickly gained the upper hand, shattering Long Lin's dragon, and heading straight for him. Long Lin was still dazed. The 10th move. How is this possible? The smoke cleared, and the technique was withdrawn. Only Lin Yue's branch was seen pressed against Long Lin's neck. He said, "I went easy on you." He still hadn't fully recovered from his surprise, his voice tinged with a bit of disappointment in himself. Why do you know the 10th move?" He smiled. "It was just deduced from the 7 moves you just used. Have you seen the mystery within or not? If you haven't, then I've overestimated you." This time, Long Lin was truly convinced. He clasped his hands. "Thank you for your guidance, sir. May I ask for your esteemed name?" He replied, "I am Lin Yue Chier," added Elder Long. "Lin, this is the little Saint King that the sect master personally appointed yesterday." Upon hearing this, he praised, "The little Saint King is truly a young hero. This blade technique is profound with many variations. In the future, I hope the little Saint King will guide me more." He thought to himself, this guy is only at the spirit realm, yet he controls his mysterious chi, so purely he is truly a gifted talent. Lin Yue replied, "It's just a small trick, no problem. On the contrary, does Elder Long Lin intend to show off his skills in the Hongmeng tournament?" Long Lin was a bit hesitant. "I consider my strength to be among the top tier in the 3 sects. If we're talking about a solo fight in the 3 sects, I'm afraid no one can be my opponent. But the Hongmeng tournament is not just a solo fight. The overall strength of the Wangshan clan is the weakest. If we participate in the Hongmeng tournament, I'm afraid it will be difficult." Lin Yue continued, "That's not necessarily true. When the time comes, I will naturally upgrade the strength of the Wangshan clan. Moreover, I have also found a good opponent for you." Long Lin was a little excited to hear this. "If that's the case, and the Saint King wants to participate in the Hongmeng tournament, this senior one will go with you on a trip." The two returned to the courtyard just as Yang Qian came back. "Little Saint King, I've brought the person back," Lin Yue replied. "You've worked hard, Elder." The 3rd Palace's Liu Wuhan asks, "Is this the little Saint King who told you to save me?" Yang Qian nodded. "That's right." Upon hearing this, he immediately knelt down. "Thank you for saving my life." Little Saint King. Lin Yue held his hand. "Elder Liu, no need for formalities," Yang Qian asked. "How did you know that the hidden sect, a subordinate sect of the Wangxian clan, would rebel?" He replied, "The matter concerning the hidden sect's rebellion also involves a few other sects. When the time is right, I will tell you." Chier called out, "The sect master is holding an elders meeting. She invites the elders of all sects in the Wangshan clan to quickly come to the Jushan Hall. She invites the little Saint King to the elders meeting to preside over the situation." Lin Yue replied, "Understood." On the way, Yang Qian reminded Elder Liu yesterday, "The Supreme Elder Xuan, you had a conflict with the little Saint King. According to Xuan Yu's personality, he definitely won't let it go easily. Later, I hope Elder Liu will help the little Saint King by saying a few words in the elders meeting." He replied, "Elder Yang, don't worry. Liu Mao will definitely do his best." Lin Yue, walking above, also heard the conversation and thought, "These two are really tactful." The scene shifts back to the main hall. The sect master announced, "This senior one has received an invitation from the Qishao Pavilion. Tomorrow morning, the master of the D-men of the Qishao Pavilion, Xiao Yaozun, will personally come to visit. The Qishao Pavilion has confronted us many times. Now, with the Hongmeng tournament just around the corner, Xiao Yaozun is coming to visit in person. This matter is quite strange. What are your views?" Lin Yue spoke first. Of course, it's to probe our strength. Next was the first palace's elder, Mo, he who denied it. Little Saint King, that's not right. With the current strength of the Qishao Pavilion, I'm afraid they don't need to deliberately come to probe us. The second palace's elder, Xiao Mingque, also thought so. The great elder's words are reasonable. The little Saint King's thinking is a bit too simple. Zhenyu slammed his hand on the table and said loudly, "The two elders' words are boosting others' morale and diminishing our own. This senior one thinks that the little Saint King's guess is not impossible. Even if our Wangshan clan is in decline now, it's not a place they can look down on." Mo He and Xiao Mingque were a little surprised to hear this. Strange, why is this, Xuan? You suddenly speaking up for this brat? Even the sect master was a little surprised. What has this little devil secretly done to Zhuan Yu? She spoke up. This senior one thinks the little Saint King's words are reasonable, but I don't know if Xiao Yaozun really comes to probe us. How should we respond? Lin Yue gave a bold statement. Just kill a few of them to show our might. The fifth palace's elder Di Zhang heard this and replied, "Impossible. Right now the enemy is strong, and we are weak. The little Saint King's actions will be the death of our Wangshan clan." The fourth palace's elder Si Yinkui also thought so. Xuan, you continued to argue. This senior one, on the other hand, thinks the little Saint King's proposal is excellent. As the saying goes, if you don't offend me, I won't offend you. If you offend me, no matter how strong you are, you will be killed. Mo He and Xiao Mingque were still puzzled by Xuan Yu's actions. Long Lin spoke up. The little Saint King is domineering and arrogant, truly a young hero of our time, I agree. The other guys heard this, and their mouths dropped open. But they all had the same thought. Long Lin actually spoke. Hasn't he always remained silent in the elders' meetings? Next were Yang Qian and Liu Wuhan. I also agree with the little Saint King, the sect master said. If the majority agrees, then little Saint King. If Xiao Yaozun comes to provoke us, who do you think can go out to fight? She thought to herself, what's wrong with this brat? Why are so many elders helping him? Lin Yue stood up, turned his head, and walked away, replying, Sect Master, rest assured. Tomorrow I have my own way to ensure that the Wang Shen clan can defeat them. That's enough for today. I'm a bit tired. The sect master had no choice but to listen. All right, then it's decided. Meeting dismissed. Xuan Yu hurriedly ran after him. Little Saint King, please wait. What do you think of this old slave's performance just now? Lin Wei replied, Not bad, but not enough. Tonight you must kill someone for me. It must be a one-hit kill. Come closer. I'll tell you how to deal with him. Xuan? You obeyed. Yes, Lin Wei whispered in his ear. The person I want to kill is to deal with him. You must. Xuan Yu was shocked to hear this. Lin Yue instructed, Follow my instructions, and I guarantee you won't make any mistakes. The old man bowed. I will carefully follow the little Saint King's instructions. This old slave will take his leave. Just as he turned around, Liu Wuhan approached little Saint King. Please wait. Thank you for saving my life. Little Saint King. I have already reported the matter of the hidden sect to the sect. Master, Liu Mo owes the little Saint King a life in the future. If you need anything, Liu Mo will definitely not refuse, even if it means death. Lin Yue smiled. Elder Liu, you're too kind. For the Hongmeng tournament, I hope Elder Liu will contribute. How are your injuries? Liu Wuhan replied. Nothing to worry about for the Hongmeng tournament. I will definitely give it my all. It's just a pity that my 5th grade long spear is broken. Otherwise, I could contribute a few more points of combat power. Lin Yue smiled. Elder Liu, don't worry. Soon I will give you a new 9th grade long spear. Upon hearing this, he was shocked and asked again, A 9th grade weapon. Are the little Saint King's words true? He thought to himself, a 9th grade weapon currently in the Wangshan. Clan only Qinji and Xuan. You have one. Lin Yue turned to leave and said, Elder Liu, rest and recover well. When the opportunity comes, the weapon will also come. He was grateful for the grace of saving my life and the gift of the spear. Liu Wuhan will definitely repay the little Saint King with his blood and life. As Lin Yue walked back to his room, he thought to himself, Next, I'll just wait for the good show tonight. The scene shifts back to the forbidden area. Lin Yue said, I'm done. The sect master was still in a daze. She asked, I'm asking you? Lin Yue read her mind and interrupted. You want to ask about Zhuan? You suspicious attitude towards me during the day, right? The sect master replied, What's there for me to be suspicious about? Right now, the Wangshan clan is all your people. Lin Yue teased, Really are they all my people? Her face turned red as she replied, I'm not. Lin Yue sat on the rock. I know you have many doubts. However, you just need to understand that I'm helping you. The sect master, hugging her melons, turned her head to look and thought. This Lin Yue, I can't see through him at all, but right now, I can only rely on him. Lin Yue waved his hand. Come here, I'll tell you a secret. He whispered, Zhuan Yu is actually a pawn planted by the Demon Sea Land in the Wangshan clan. They're nearby, want to go with me to see? The sect master replied, Wait a moment, I'll change into a different set of clothes. A moment later, the two entered a forest. Lin Yue said, It's right ahead. A human voice was heard. Damn it. Lin Yue determined the direction. It's over here. It was Xuan Yu punching Yin Kui straight in the face. He couldn't resist, directly vomited blood and lay motionless on the ground, cursing, Damn it, you fool! What are you doing? Xuan Yu's voice was full of killing intent. If you want to blame someone, blame yourself for offending someone you shouldn't have tonight. I want you dead. Yin Kui still pointed a finger and boasted Xuan. Do you know my true identity? Xuan Yu asked back. You want to say you're the emissary of the Demon Sea Land? Unfortunately, the real emissary already knew about this play of yours. Tonight is your death day. Yin Kui was still helplessly trying to explain. The real emissary. Xuan, you didn't listen, only believing Lin Yue's words. He unleashed his full power, intending to take Yin Kui's life. Yin Kui shouted, Fool, you've fallen into a trap. Xuan Yu drew his staff and cast a spell, to be able to die in my soul. Confusion Fan is also a blessing for you. A series of spiritual energy beams were released, striking down at Yin Kui. Xuan Yu said, The real emissary is hard to predict, but the pill cannot be faked. How could the Little Saint King's antidote pill be fake? The Little Saint King is the real emissary. As he spoke, Yin Kui lay at Xuan Yu's feet. The sect master witnessed the event from beginning to end. Lin Yue turned and shushed her. Don't ask yet. Just keep watching. Yin Kui slowly sat up. Xuan Yu, you old dog. You can't even tell who your own master is. I see no need to keep you. As he spoke, his anger flared and veins began to bulge. Xuan Yu was also surprised and took a step back. Yin Kui's body began to transform. His body seemed to be buffed, his muscles grew, and his clothes couldn't take it and burst open. The 7-colored wheel was accumulated behind his back. Next was the 8-colored wheel. His organs from his muscles to his teeth also elongated. Finally, the 9-colored wheel. His demonic spiritual energy erupted to its peak. He transformed into a 5-eyed creature. Xuan Yu drew his staff. So what if you demonize and become a 9-colored wheel territory? The emissary has already anticipated it. As he spoke, he cast a spell, and 5 skulls were released towards Yin Kui. He didn't stand still either, roaring as his demonic power was also released. Xuan Yu's demonic skulls were blown away. The power of this Yin Kui was not to be underestimated. He dispelled all the skulls. Xuan Yu was also surprised by this power. The sect master assessed Xuan Yu is not Yin Kui's opponent. Lin Yue continued. Then let's help him. As he spoke, he picked up a small stone from the ground, channeled spiritual energy into it and threw it forward, hitting Yin Kui's weak spot on the side. Indeed, it was effective. He immediately vomited blood. Xuan Yu shouted, There's an opening. He continued with the skull palm attack. Yin Kui was already weakened and couldn't resist screaming in pain. He fell right in front of Xuan Yu. The old man was even more convinced. The emissary's words are indeed not wrong. If I continuously attack, you will die. The commotion just now was not small. This place is not convenient to stay for long. As he spoke, he left, leaving Yin Kui's corpse behind. The sect master said, Xuan Yu is gone. Let's go over and see. Lin Yue stopped her. Wait, it's not over yet. Just as he spoke, Yin Kui's body suddenly moved. The sect master was startled. He's faking death. He slowly sat up and immediately fled, muttering, The situation has changed. I must quickly return to inform the demon lord. But it wasn't that easy. Lin Yue immediately blocked his path. Elder Yin Kui, what a coincidence. He immediately braked, surprised, still not understanding what was happening. Sect Master Little Saint King, why are you here? Lin Yue said, "This place is for you. I'm going to find Zhuan Yu," she replied. "All right. It seems I don't need to ask much more." As she spoke, she drew her sword. Yin Kui knew he was going to die and turned to flee. "It seems they all know I'm too weak to fight at this time." The sect master unleashed a sword Dao. Still want to run. Dozens of sword slashes flew towards him. It was a complete overwhelming. This time he was disintegrated, exiting the story without a complete body. The sect master coldly sheathed her sword and turned to leave. "You underestimate me too much trying to run under my eyes." Suddenly a ghostly soul laughed eerily. "Qinji, your appearance is truly exciting." She was startled to hear this and turned her head. "What?" The scene shifts to Shrenyu. He was fleeing when Lin Yue caught up. "Where are you going in such a hurry? I still have something for you to do." The old man immediately braked Little Saint King. "Why are you here? If you have any instructions, please give them." He ordered, "Go to the Qi refining hall and steal the phoenix cry for me. Just now, Yin Kui faked his death. If I hadn't followed you, you would have made a big mistake. Next time, if you are negligent, again, bring your head to see me." Shrenyu was shocked to hear this. What Saint King, spare my life. This old slave will definitely remember it in my heart." Lin Yue said, "Go." As he spoke, he also disappeared. He returned to the sect master's place only to see her lying on the ground. He smiled. It seems the trouble has appeared. Her divine sense has been sucked into Yin Kui's conceptual space. The scene shifts to the conceptual space. Qinji was hanging upside down. A being was slowly emerging from a pool of blood. It was the Demon Sea Land Senior. He called out Qinji. She was alarmed. "You are one of the 4 great demon lords of the Demon Sea Land." The Demon Sea Land replied, "The 4 great demon lords, they no longer exist. They have all been devoured by my master. Qinji, you are so beautiful. I have been undercover in the Wang Zhen clan for many years. Every time I see you, it makes me so excited. You must stay here with me. Do you know how much I love you?" As he spoke, his hand moved closer to Qinji's 2 things. Before he could be satisfied, his piercing scream echoed, "Ah!" His arm was severed from his body. "Damn it, my arm, who was it?" Just as the arm touched the ground, hellfire erupted, gradually spreading. This is the sigil of the great Sun Taoist technique. Who else would attack at this time? Lin Ye said, "This thing neither human nor ghost. This demon sea land is quite hard to kill." He was startled. Lin Yue. When did the Hongmeng continent have such a divine sense expert? He gave a bold statement, "Go ask the king of hell." As he spoke, he unleashed a full-power attack, shattering his sea of consciousness. At that moment, the sect master opened her eyes and woke up. Sitting up, "Thank you for that." He smiled and replied, "It's a small matter." She asked again to be sure, "Was that thing really Yin Kui?" He replied, "You saw it, but that was Yin Kui's final demonized form." The sect master was startled. Demonized. How many tricks do they have? Once the Demon Sea Land starts a war with us, won't the Wang Shen clan be unstoppable? He turned his head and replied, "Is this small matter worth your worry? Rest and recover well. I will help you. First the Wang Shen clan, then we'll destroy the Qishao Pavilion and the Demon Sea Land. Then we'll get the Dao River Pearl from the Hongmeng tournament. That's when the real beginning is." The scene shifts back to the courtyard. Lin Yue returned to his room and saw Yang Qian lying on the bed, snoring like a tractor. He smiled and asked to sleep already. The next morning, she was seen lying on top of Lin Yue. He called out, "It's morning. Elder Yang, you should get up." She, still drowsy, was startled and realized the situation. Her face was awkward, and she immediately moved away. "Ah, when did you get back?" He smiled and replied, "Last night." She left the bed. "So, Little Saint King, I'll be leaving first. Xiao Yaozun is about to arrive." She thought to herself, "So embarrassing. How did I end up sleeping on the bed?" Just as she stepped out the door, Cheer was already standing in front. The two were startled to see each other. Master. The sect master sent me to inform the Little Saint King master. Why is your face?" The girl awkwardly replied, "Don't think too much. I just came to find the Little Saint King 1 step ahead of you." Lin Yue stepped out of the room, yawning and acting. "You two are so early, I wanted to sleep a little longer. Let's go. The sky over the sect has a strange phenomenon. It must be that brat, Xiao Yaozun." Yang Qian felt like her heart was about to leap out of her chest. Saved. The scene shifts. The elders are already standing ready to welcome the group of Xiao Yaozun flying in from above. The sect master himself led the team. It's been many years. Xiao Yaozun has come to visit old friends. I didn't expect you all to be so respectful. Qinji's face was a little worried. They're here. Xiao Yaozun, what are you doing in our Wangxian clan? The sect master smiled and greeted. It's been so long I missed you all, don't you miss me? He replied from above. In front of Xiao Mingque, asking Elder Xiao that time we fought, I was a bit heavy-handed. How are your injuries now? His movement speed was too fast. Mingque was sweating profusely. He replied, That little injury, I've long since recovered. The sect master laughed. Then how about we have another match later? Qinji said in a loud voice. Sect master Xiao Yao? You've come all this way, surely not just for a verbal joust. He burst out laughing. Of course not. I've brought my 4 worst disciples from the Qishao Pavilion. The Hongmeng tournament is approaching, and I want them to exchange pointers with your esteemed sect's disciples, to broaden their horizons and see the skills of the Wangxian clan. The 4 girls each looking formidable on the contrary. The disciples of the Wangxian clan were hiding behind the door, watching the show like cowards. All 4 are at the reincarnation realm. No need to compare, we'll definitely lose. Are those people monsters? Qinji spoke up. They're only in their 20s. How can these 4 have such a high cultivation territory? Di Zhang, who had been holding it in, couldn't take it anymore and spoke up. Insolent, Xiao Yaozun. Do you really think the Wangxian clan has no one left? I alone am enough to take care of you 4. He laughed. This elder has a strong spirit. It's just a pity that today is for disciple exchange. If the elder is willing, I can play with you. Upon hearing this, he said loudly, You, other side, provoking. This is not a martial arts arena. Do you dare to invite us to the immortal gazing platform to play? Lin Yue arrived, he smiled. Sorry, sect master, I'm late. She felt a sense of relief upon hearing his voice. Everyone else did too, little Saint King. Qinji continued. Xiao Yaozun, if you want to exchange martial arts, then please move to the immortal gazing platform. The scene shifts to the immortal gazing platform. The sect master said, Sect Master Qin, I've long heard that the power of the Supreme Elder Xuan Yu and Sect Master Qin are on par. Why don't we see for ourselves today? He thought to himself, Xuan Yu and Qin Ji have never gotten along. I can use this. She replied, Elder Xuan Yu is busy with other matters. I won't trouble the sect master. He laughed. If Elder Xuan Yu is not here, then let's not waste any more time. Let's start directly. The sect master ordered, Jokyo, you go up for the first round. Let the experts of the Wangxian clan teach you a lesson. The powerful girl stepped forward. Disciple will learn to the death and not disgrace the mission. Introducing the female disciple under the command of the Qishao Pavilion's sect master, Xiao Yaozun Jokyo, first stage transmigration challenges the experts of the Wangxian clan. In contrast to that momentum, the disciples on the Wangxian clan's side looked utterly dejected. I'll die. I can't go up. The elders turned to ask each other, Liu Wuhan, which disciple under your palace can fight? No one can second elder. Your disciples are the strongest. You go up. My palace also has no one usable. The little Saint King probably has a way. The little Saint King's methods are formidable. I wonder if he has a solution. Now I hope the little Saint King can help the sect turn the tide. He smiled and replied, Weren't you the ones who advocated for this yesterday? Why do you need to ask me? Mo He and Xiao Mingque laughed nervously. We were wrong. I was also misled by Yin Kui to oppose the little Saint King. Thanks to the little Saint King seeing through Yin Kui's trickery. In the future, I will definitely follow the little Saint King. Di Zhang also looked a little surprised. These 2 sycophants following whichever way the wind blows, and they didn't even call me to kiss up too. Lin Yue smiled and replied, Don't worry, I don't hold it against you. In the future, don't follow others anymore. Cheer. You go up. Have you remembered everything I taught you? She stepped forward, replying to the little Saint King. I remember everything. Stepping onto the stage, she introduced herself, disciple of Elder Yang Qian, Sword Cheer, 3rd stage Yin crossing territory. Please enlighten me. Jokyo heard this and boasted the Wangxian clan has really declined. A 3rd stage Yin crossing can't even block one of my moves. Are you here to seek death? The disciples below didn't believe it. Junior sister, come down quickly. You'll die. Surrender now. We may be useless, but the little Saint King shouldn't let junior sister Cheer go to her death. Damn it. Yang Tian was still a bit hesitant. Sword Cheer, is it really no problem? He smiled and asked back, "What do you think?" The scene shifts back to the fight. The two girls had a verbal spar first. "You should surrender. It's still not too late. Stop wasting words. Come on." Jokyu heard this and was pleased, clapping her hands to show her might. "If you want to die, I won't stop you. Prepare to die." As she spoke, her veins bulged. She took a stance and spiritual energy immediately gathered, channeling all her power into her hand. And punching forward, the spiritual energy was also released, forming a giant handprint that flew towards Cheer. Without needing to block, she flew straight up. Using the Chen-kun heart movement technique, her speed increasing dramatically. Next was the Zhen Liu Bu, a somersault, at a speed the naked eye couldn't see quickly, circling behind her, drawing her sword and shouting, "Unleash!" But it wasn't that easy. Jokei still noticed and laughed. "Not bad. You can actually dodge it." The Heavenly Eon Sword, Art Sword 9, was unleashed by Cheer. Jokei turned her head. "So what if I take a move from you?" The indestructible Chi shield was immediately erected, a shield too sturdy to block all that sword intent. Cheer landed and continued to use the Heavenly Eon Sword, Art Sword 10. But this time it wasn't a sword Dao, but a combination with her movement technique. She moved in a circle running around Joko's defense, thinking to herself, 7 steps to slash, 5 steps to return. Whether I can succeed or not depends on this strongest move. Xiao Yaozun laughed. "Useless, the indestructible. Qi shield of my Qi pavilion is not something her sword Qi can break." Lin Yue spoke up. "What do you guys see?" The sect master replied, "Sword Cheer has been looking for something. Could it be—" Just as she finished speaking, Cheer unleashed her sword Dao attack. Hitting the weak point of the defense at the right moment, a blade had pierced through. Jokwa couldn't believe her eyes. What? The sword was getting closer and closer to her face. Outside, only a terrifying explosion was seen. Xiao Yaozun couldn't believe his eyes. What? From the smoke, Jokwa was sent flying out. But she could still land, seriously injured. How is it possible? The disciples below were gaping. "Wow, junior sister won." Shinji spoke up. "Victory and defeat have been decided. Know when to stop Sword Cheer come down." She thought Sword Cheer has used up all her mysterious chi and can't fight anymore. She came before Lin Yue and said, "Little Saint King, I'm back." Shinji praised, "Well done, go rest." Lin Yue turned his head and called Yang Qian. "I'm thirsty," she replied. "All right, little Saint King, I'll go get you some water right away." The other elders looked on with their mouths agape. Did I see that right? Elder Yang is actually serving the little Saint King? Look, I told you. So this little Saint King must have a secret that can't be told to others. It's just a pity that I'm a man. He has a point. Jokyo painfully walked down, "Master, that girl saw the flaw in my move." Xiao Yaozun shook his head. "You're wrong. It wasn't that girl who saw the flaw in your move. It was the young man next to Yang Qian. Who on earth is he?" "Forget it, Gijin. You go up for the second round," the blue-haired guy replied. "Yes." As he spoke, he jumped up and introduced himself. 5th stage transmigration. Gijin challenges the disciples of the Wangxian clan. The disciples looked on in terror. 5th stage transmigration. Even stronger than the last person who's going up this time. Could it be junior sister again? Shinji asked Little Saint King, "Who should we send up for the next round?" Lin Yue replied, "There's no one left in the 12th palace who can go up. I'll go up and play a bit." Shinji blocked him. "Absolutely not. Your cultivation is too far below his." Lin Yue replied, "You forgot. I don't just rely on mysterious chi and cultivation to fight." As he spoke, he jumped onto the stage, provoking, "Come on." The disciples below were discussing, why did the little Saint King go on stage? That's right, isn't he like the little saintess responsible for living in luxury? Is the little Saint King trying to fly? Jae-jin looked at his opponent and laughed. Hey! The external body double technique was immediately unleashed. Yang Qian recognized it. External body. Double, a high-grade earth-rank technique. Gijin is much stronger than Zhou Kui. Long Lin, however, didn't think so. It's just showing off in front of an expert. Ji Jin pointed his finger. "I don't kill nameless people. State your name." He smiled back. "The dead don't need to know my name." Hearing this, he was quite pleased. "The dead. You're an arrogant one. Let's see who dies today." As he spoke, he immediately gathered spiritual energy in his hand and rushed forward. His attack speed was very fast, But Lin Yue's dodging speed was also beyond compare. Not only did he turn to dodge, but he also had time to channel power into his hand and strike down on his back. Gaijin couldn't take it and vomited blood. The elders, up to the sect master, on both sides, couldn't believe it. An overwhelming display from Lin Yue's position. Gaijin staggered to his feet. Not good retreat. As he spoke, he jumped back forcefully. Lin Yue didn't even look, swinging his hand forcefully. Want to run too late. A piercing attack was released, going straight through Gaijin's body. He was seriously injured and fell in pain. But the wound was not fatal. Who on earth are you? He smiled. Didn't I tell you? As he spoke, sword intents descended from the sky. He clenched his fist and continued, the dead. Don't need to know my name. Swish, swish, swish. 3 sword intents shot down. Taking Gaijin's life, Xiao Yaozun was as if he had been struck. Insolent. You dare to kill my disciple. Lin Yue turned and replied, at the beginning, who was it that emphasized on the immortal gazing platform that life and death would not be discussed? It's only been a moment, and you've forgotten everything. Now Xiao Yaozun was certain, indeed, the one who taught that little girl was him. Lin Yue, however, smiled to himself. You think it's over like this? The good show is still to come. Xiao Mingque assessed, the little Saint King's level of sword Dao is actually so terrifying, it might not be below Elder Yang. She continued, the little Saint King's level, in the aspect of sword Dao, far surpasses mine. I'm afraid that in the entire Hongmeng continent, no one can be his opponent on the path of sword Dao. Liu Wuhen thought to himself, I only knew that the little Saint King was as good as a god at predicting things. I didn't expect his strength to be so terrifying. Qinji advised little Saint King should come down. She thought, indeed, this guy is getting more and more formidable. He picked up the ring from the ground. It was a storage ring. Cheer landed and continued to use the Heavenly Eon Sword, Art Sword 10. But this time it wasn't a sword Dao, but a combination with her movement technique. She moved in a circle running around Joko's defense, thinking to herself, 7 steps to slash, 5 steps to return. Whether I can succeed or not depends on this strongest move. Xiao Yaozun laughed. Useless, the indestructible. Qi shield of my Qi Xiao pavilion is not something her sword Qi can break. Lin Yue spoke up. What do you guys see? The sect master replied. Sword Cheer has been looking for something. Could it be... Just as she finished speaking, Cheer unleashed her sword Dao attack. Hitting the weak point of the defense at the right moment, a blade had pierced through. Jokua couldn't believe her eyes. What? The sword was getting closer and closer to her face. Outside, only a terrifying explosion was seen. Xiao Yaozun couldn't believe his eyes. What? From the smoke, Jokua was sent flying out. But she could still land, seriously injured. How is it possible? The disciples below were gaping. Wow, junior sister won. Qinji spoke up, victory and defeat have been decided. Know when to stop Sword Cheer come down. She thought Sword Cheer has used up all her mysterious Qi and can't fight anymore. She came before Lin Yue and said, Little Saint King, I'm back. Qinji praised, well done, go rest. Lin Yue turned his head and called Yang Qian. I'm thirsty, she replied. All right, Little Saint King, I'll go get you some water right away. The other elders looked on with their mouths agape. Did I see that right? Elder Yang is actually serving the little Saint King? Look, I told you. So this little Saint King must have a secret that can't be told to others. It's just a pity that I'm a man. He has a point. Jokyo painfully walked down, Master. That girl saw the flaw in my move. Xiao Yaozun shook his head. You're wrong. It wasn't that girl who saw the flaw in your move. It was the young man next to Yang Qian. Who on earth is he? Forget it, Gaijin. You go up for the second round, the blue-haired guy replied. Yes. As he spoke, he jumped up and introduced himself. 5th stage transmigration. Gaijin challenges the disciples of the Wangxian clan. The disciples looked on in terror. 5th stage transmigration. Even stronger than the last person who's going up this time. Could it be junior sister again? Shinji asked Little Saint King, who should we send up for the next round? Lin Yue replied, there's no one left in the 12th palace who can go up. I'll go up and play a bit. Qinji blocked him. Absolutely not. Your cultivation is too far below his. Lin Yue replied, you forgot. I don't just rely on mysterious qi and cultivation to fight. As he spoke, he jumped onto the stage, provoking, come on. The disciples below were discussing, why did the little Saint King go on stage? That's right, isn't he like the little saintess responsible for living in luxury? Is the little saint king trying to fly? Jae-jin looked at his opponent and laughed. Hey, the external body double technique was immediately unleashed. Yang Qian recognized it. External body, double a high-grade earth rank technique. Gujin is much stronger than Zhou Kui. Long Lin, however, didn't think so. Ah, it's just showing off in front of an expert. Ji Jin pointed his finger. I don't kill nameless people. State your name. He smiled back. The dead don't need to know my name. Hearing this, he was quite pleased. The dead. You're an arrogant one. Let's see who dies today. As he spoke, he immediately gathered spiritual energy in his hand and rushed forward. His attack speed was very fast, but Lin Yue's dodging speed was also beyond compare. Not only did he turn to dodge, but he also had time to channel power into his hand and strike down on his back. Gujin couldn't take it and vomited blood. The elders, up to the sect master, on both sides, couldn't believe it. An overwhelming display from Lin Yue's position. Ji Jin staggered to his feet. Not good retreat. As he spoke, he jumped back forcefully. Lin Yue didn't even look, swinging his hand forcefully. Want to run too late. A piercing attack was released, going straight through Gaijin's body. He was seriously injured and fell in pain. But the wound was not fatal. Who on earth are you? He smiled. Didn't I tell you? As he spoke, sword intense descended from the sky. He clenched his fist and continued, the dead. Don't need to know my name. Swish, swish, swish. 3 sword intense shot down. Taking Gaijin's life, Xiao Yaozun was as if he had been struck. Insolent. You dare to kill my disciple. Lin Yue turned and replied, at the beginning, who was it that emphasized on the immortal gazing platform that life and death would not be discussed? It's only been a moment, and you've forgotten everything. Now Xiao Yaozun was certain, indeed, the one who taught that little girl was him. Lin Yue, however, smiled to himself. You think it's over like this? The good show is still to come. Xiao Mingkui assessed, the little Saint King's level of sword Dao is actually so terrifying, it might not be below Elder Yang. She continued, the little Saint King's level, in the aspect of sword Dao far surpasses mine. I'm afraid that in the entire Hongmeng continent, no one can be his opponent on the path of sword Dao. Liu Wuhan thought to himself, I only knew that the little Saint King was as good as a god at predicting things. I didn't expect his strength to be so terrifying. Qinji advised little Saint King should come down. She thought, indeed this guy is getting more and more formidable. He picked up the ring from the ground. It was a storage ring. He smiled and said, the game is not over yet. The other 2 come up together. The disciples below couldn't believe it. The little Saint King has gone mad. The other 2 are definitely more formidable than that. Gaijin, the 2 grotesque-looking guys in masks, were provoked, their voices bitter. Master, he killed junior brother Gi. I want to avenge him. That's right, Master. Let us go kill him and eliminate this future trouble. Xiao Yaozun turned and scolded fools. He can see the flaws in your techniques with a single glance. If you go up, the outcome will be the same. Zhou Que, clutching her wound, went up to Gaijin's corpse and was startled to find, Master, not good. I can't find junior brother G's storage ring. Xiao Yaozun reacted what? Lin Yue held the ring and tossed it up. Hey, are you going to fight or not? After a while, there was still no response from that side. He smiled. You're not going to make me stand here all day, are you? Xiao Yaozun said loudly. Sect Master. Qin, your subordinate is stealing other people's things like this. Quickly return Gaijin's storage ring to us. She replied, what a joke. What proof do you have to prove that it's yours? Lin Yue asked. You say it belongs to your disciple. Then ask your disciple what's inside. Zhou Que quickly answered. Inside my senior brother's storage ring are 100,000 bright iron. A brief explanation about bright iron. They are the common currency of the world. The crystals of bright iron can be used for cultivation or restoring mysterious qi. Lin Yue raised the ring. Then you look carefully. He took out the things inside, pointed and said, this is at least 500,000 bright iron. It seems this isn't Gaijin's ring after all. He thought, the fact that Gaijin has a private treasure trove, I knew about it 90,000 years ago. Zhou Que couldn't believe it, and angrily punched his corpse. Gaijin, you bastard! You actually dared to lie to me. Xiao Yaozun said, Brat, I advise you to quickly return the storage ring otherwise. Before he could finish, Xuan Yu rode a southern nether phoenix and called out, "Little Saint King, I've brought back what you wanted." As he spoke, the old man landed. Lin Yue smiled to himself. Very good. The phoenix cry. Spear that I arranged for Xuan Yu to get has arrived. Everything is proceeding according to my plan. Xuan Yu presented the item, Little Saint King, the phoenix cry. Spear is indeed a 9th grade weapon. It's a pity there's a restrictive spell on the spear, otherwise its power would be even greater. Lin Yue held it in his hand. Don't worry, I already have the thing to remove the restriction. He swung the spear forcefully to the ground, and the outer casing fell off. Indeed, it's a good spear. The restrictive spell was still clearly visible on the spearhead. Xiao Yaozun's mouth dropped open. Damn it, why is the Phoenix Cry spear in Xuan Yu's hands? The Qi Refining Sect, a subordinate sect of the Wangshan clan, wasn't it supposed to be taken as a gift to seek refuge with our Qishao pavilion? In his other hand, Lin Yue took out some kind of token. Xiao Yaozun recognized it. Damn, it is that a Qishao token. How does he know this thing is in Gijin's storage ring? Lin Yue began to read his mind. The Qi Refining Sect wanted to curry favor with the Qishao pavilion, so to show their sincerity, only the Qishao token can remove the restrictive spell on the Phoenix Cry spear. I just needed to use a little trick, and at the same time get the spear one step ahead of you. And the Qishao token was waiting for you to deliver it to my door today. As he spoke, his 2 fingers crushed the token. The restrictive spell on the head of the Phoenix Cry spear began to smoke. He shouted, "Break." A blast was released heading straight for the Qishao pavilion group. Luckily, they dodged it. The damage looked terrifying. The 2 of them stared in amazement at the spear tip. As the restrictive spell gradually disappeared, he turned and called Liu Wuhan, "This is a new spear for you, catch." He caught the spear excited. "Thank you, Little Saint King." The spear domain held in his hand immediately had a phoenix fly up. Liu Wuhan looked extremely majestic. Qinji was happy. The Phoenix Cry. Spear has recognized its master. It seems Elder Liu is fated with it. He used the spear blade to draw blood from his finger. The spear and the person began to connect. He said, "From today on, I am your master." Xiao Yaozun was bitterly helpless as he watched. Damn it, I should have gone to the Qi Refining Sect to get the spear first before coming to the Wangshan clan. The girl Di Zhang began, "We must perform well in front of the Little Saint King. Maybe if he's happy, he'll also give us a good weapon." Liu Wuhan looked over and could already see his strength increasing significantly. He said, "Now, even with Xiao Yaozun, I have the strength to fight. Little Saint King, should I keep them here?" Longlin also drew his blade. "Hey, I'll take one." 2 guys Qishao pavilion side looked at this momentum and were terrified. "Hey," Lin Yue raised his hand to stop them. "You all can leave, of course. Just don't think about messing with the Wangshan clan anymore. Otherwise you can predict your fate." Xiao Yaozun hurriedly replied, "This senior one has remembered. May I ask for your esteemed name?" He replied, "You are not yet worthy to know, now get lost." In less than 5 seconds, they were up in the clouds, turning their heads and leaving. The disciples began to admire him. Long live the Little Saint King. Qinji turned and smiled, asking, "You knew about the Qi Refining Sect's matter early on?" He replied, "This matter was discovered by Elder Xuan. You, the sect master, should thank Elder Xuan, you well." He, being called out, was startled. This, he thought to himself. It seems now that the Little Saint King's relationship with Qinji is not ordinary. Could it be that the Little Saint King and Qinji said, "The Supreme Elder has made a great contribution. This senior one will reward him based on merit. If you have any requests, just propose them." She thought, "Is Lin Yue helping me win over Xuan Yu?" The old man puffed out his chest and laughed. "Ha ha, the Wangshan. Clan's business is my business. I will naturally do my best to help." He thought, "Forget it, I won't care so much anymore, as long as you can give me the antidote. Little Saint King, I'll only listen to you. It's not wrong." Lin Yue smiled. "All right. This matter was not easy to resolve. Sect Master Elder, Long Elder, Liu Elder, Yang, everyone follow me. I have something to discuss with you." The scene shifts back to the main hall. Lin Yue presented a piece of paper. "This is a list of things to prepare for the Hongmeng tournament. It includes the blood of a flame beast, the sinew of a soaring dragon, the trunk of a heavenly lock, Dao tree, and a life and death talisman. Everyone take a look. Please do your best to collect everything and bring it to me as soon as possible." The elders looked it over and replied, "Please rest assured. Little Saint King, we will act immediately. As they spoke, everyone immediately left. The sect master remained. She asked, It seems you have a new idea, but the things you want, why are they all from dead things? Lin Yue replied, Don't be in a hurry. You'll know soon enough. Oh right, I want to take Sword Chire to the Supreme Qing Pond for a trip. She was worried. You're not planning to do anything to Sword Chire, are you? She's still a child. He laughed. She's a child. Where is she small? If you're talking about this place, she's certainly not as big as you. As he spoke, the guy glanced down at the sect master's two things. The girl was teased and her face turned red, exclaiming, Insolent! Hurry up and go to your Supreme Qing Pond. Otherwise I'll get angry. What the hell is my so embarrassed she's talking nonsense? Haha. The scene shifts back to the forbidden area. Lin Yue stretched. I need to go into seclusion for a few hours. You stand guard for me. Cheer didn't dare to look, closing her eyes and replying, All right. Just as Lin Yue stepped into the water, he suddenly saw someone in the mist. Why are you here? This familiar bath towel and 2 watermelons. It was Xiaoni. She replied. Sister said you wanted to go into seclusion here, so I came to see you. Lin Yue hugged her. Are you afraid I'll bring your best friend to this place and be promiscuous? Xiaoni replied, I heard that today you taught the people of the Qixao Pavilion a lesson. I feel that since you entered the Wangshan clan, you've become more and more formidable. He smiled. Is that so? Hey, then tell me, where am I formidable? Xiaoni proactively kissed Lin Yue. You're formidable everywhere. After the kiss came the lock from below, so alas. It was still poor Chire the watchdog who had to listen to the two of them practicing their ABCs inside. In less than 2 minutes, Xiaoni stepped onto the shore. Lin Yue, I'll go first. The guy was still high. All right. I've consumed a lot, so it's time for the next step. As he spoke, he took out his storage ring and poured out a pile of bright iron, all of which fell straight into the water. Then he raised both hands high, focusing on casting a spell. The bright iron from the water's surface floated up, slowly burning inside. Creating energy, Lin Yue shouted, Break. At that moment, the bright iron were devoured. He jumped up high, smiling, It's here. In the sky, a strange phenomenon began to occur. A circular formation opened up. Chier, standing outside, also observed it. A tribulation. From above, a bolt of lightning tribulation shot straight down at Lin Yue. Chier shouted, Not good. The little Saint King is in danger. She immediately used her sword technique to strike at the lightning bolt. Her strength was still not enough, and she was even repelled by the lightning tribulation. Next, a series of lightning bolts continued to strike down at Lin Yue Long. Lin, observing from a distance, guessed, a tribulation. Who is undergoing a tribulation? Could it be the little Saint King? The sect master recognized it, her face surprised. A lightning tribulation like this, is it a breakthrough to the reincarnation realm? The scene shifts back to Lin Yue. He began to cast a spell. A golden light appeared. He raised his hand, and that stream of energy absorbed all the lightning bolts. He was startled to hear Chier scream, and immediately accelerated, jumping to successfully catch her and land safely. Her face was a little awkward. Little Saint King, he instructed. Sit still, regulate your breathing. Focus. Your strength. I will help you achieve an improvement in the field of swordsmanship. Chier understood the hint and immediately entered a state of concentration. Lin Yue behind her also clasped his hands, concentrating his energy. He slapped his hand forcefully on her back. Chier immediately felt something making her body feel much more comfortable. A moment of pain. Then she tried to concentrate and regulate the energy he had just transferred. Lin Yue said, Now your territory has reached the 3rd stage of the reincarnation realm. Coupled with the advancement in swordsmanship, killing enemies above your level will only be a matter of moments. She turned her head gratefully. Thank you, little Saint King. Lin Yue smiled. No need to thank me. If you hadn't intervened at the crucial moment, I wouldn't have broken through so easily. For now, you stay here and adjust. When you've stabilized, come see me. Chier obeyed. Yes. A moment later, Lin Yue, fully dressed, came to see the elders. They presented their items one by one. Long Lin said, I just saw the change in the clouds over the Supreme Qing Pond, and guessed that the little Saint King was breaking through. According to the little Saint King's instructions, I have found the blood of a flame beast. This is the sinew of a soaring dragon, which is a great help for upgrading cultivation. This is the trunk of a heavenly locked Dao tree. If used, it is extremely effective for upgrading divine sense. Lin Yue was happy to hear this. Excellent. But these materials are all top grade for cultivation. However, for me, they can be used for other things. He replied, You've all worked hard, then I won't be polite. The scene shifts to the main hall. Lin Yue had just arrived at the door. When the sect master noticed you're here, the thing you needed has been prepared. Lin Yue received the item, the purity of this life and death talisman. You found is not bad at all, the sect master said with a hidden meaning. Naturally, I have to give the best thing to the little Saint King. Lin Yue smiled. If you have any questions, just ask directly. The sect master replied, The materials that the little Saint King needs, I have carefully researched in books. You're not. Lin Yue smiled smugly. You're not wrong. I want to refine a high-level puppet. As he spoke, he used all 4 treasures in his hand. A ray of spiritual energy shot out, drawing blood from his finger. The raw materials were ready. Lin Yue was refining it. The success or failure of the high-level puppet is at this moment. If it fails, not only will I not get the puppet, but even the caster will be counterattacked. A stream of power emanated from the palm of his hand. He clenched his fist, and at that moment the materials were crushed and blended together, creating a crack. The aftershock made even the sect master jump. He smiled. It's here. From the crack, a puppet appeared. A few seconds later, its eyes lit up, and its joints began to move. It roared, a stream of power also emanated from its body. It tilted its head, looking like it was on drugs, and said word by word, Hello, master, hello, master. Qinji looked on completely unimpressed. Is this really a high-level puppet? It's a bit too much. Lin Yue smiled. That's right, a high-level puppet. Although it's a bit ugly, it's considered a success. He thought to himself. The quality is not bad. It's just that without the help of a soul-attaching talisman, it's still lacking a bit of charm. The puppet landed and unexpectedly bowed its head, hitting the floor with a thud, still stammering, Hello, master. Qinji sighed. Can this be considered a success? Lin Yue replied. Of course it counts, but this puppet still has a huge room for improvement. He showed the ring on his hand, and the puppet was immediately sucked in. Don't look at how ugly it is. In the future, it will be the biggest support for you all to upgrade quickly. All right, I've just broken through. I'm going to find Long Lin and the others to practice. You are no longer my opponent. Hurry up and break through to the Transcendence realm. Qinji heard this and wondered, Little Saint King, who on earth are you? It's only been a few days, and your territory has already surpassed mine. The scene shifts to a corner of the sect's forest. The sound of palm strikes was continuous. It was 4 people practicing. Chi was fighting Liu Wuhen, while Yang Qian was with Long Lin. Lin Yue approached and smiled, asking, Can you guys stop for a bit? Everyone immediately stopped. Yang Qian clasped her hands and asked Little Saint King, Did we practice incorrectly? He smiled and replied, Haha, I just want to come and spar with you all a bit. The others stepped back first. Elder Liu, you used the Phoenix Cry Spear to attack me. His face was a bit hesitant. Little Saint King, you saved my life, I dare not. Lin Yue's voice was demanding, I told you to attack, so just attack. If you can injure me, then we'll talk. Wu Hin, just waiting for this, immediately drew the Phoenix Cry Spear and charged Little Saint King. Then I'll be rude. His movement speed was quite fast. But for Lin Yue, it was still too slow. 2 fingers easily caught the spear tip. Use some force. Haven't you eaten? Wu Hin drew back his spear and began to use spiritual energy. Little Saint King, be careful. His movement speed increased, and power was accumulated at the spear tip. He continued to charge. This time, Lin Yue took a light step to the side, his right hand grabbing the spearhead, his other hand just needing to use 1 finger to point at Wu Hin's eye. He couldn't believe it and exclaimed, What? At that moment, he was sent flying 100 meters away by Lin Yue. Fortunately, he still landed safely. The Phoenix Cry Spear was completely in Lin Yue's hand. He was startled to feel a heat on his forehead. This... Lin Yue raised the spear and said, The 4 of you come up and take a move from me. Liu Wuhen was a little worried. Little Saint King, the spear has already recognized its master. If you use it recklessly, it will cause a counterattack. Lin Yue just smiled. You should worry about how to block this move of mine. The aura emanating from him surprised all the elders. Spiritual energy had accumulated sufficiently. He said, Watch this. As he spoke with great speed, both he and the spear charged forward, engaging in close combat with each person 1 by 1. They didn't have time to react, and all their weapons were knocked down. The three elements, co-cultivation is truly terrifying. How can this ability of mine be considered ordinary spirit realm? The elders were all surprised to hear this. Yang Qian stammered, three elements co-cultivation. Just as she spoke, black clouds gathered in the sky, beginning to form a whirlpool. Lin Yue smiled. The lightning tribulation is here again. It seems the three elements, co-cultivation is indeed a heaven-defying matter. A first bolt of lightning struck down at him. The elders didn't think much and immediately rushed up together. Little Saint King, let us help you block the lightning tribulation. The scene was truly moving. The disciples also looked at the strange phenomenon in the sky and had to exclaim, "Oh my God, what's wrong with the sect? To attract a heavenly tribulation twice in one day. Is our Wangshen clan about to rise?" Lin Yue stood below, a smile on his face. "Ha ha! Even the heavens don't hope I progress too quickly. The laws of the universe, if you don't follow them, you will be killed, but you can't stop me." A moment later, with the help of the four elders, the lightning tribulation was dispersed, returning a peaceful sky to the Wangshan clan. Lin Yue threw the Phoenix Cry Spear back to Lu Wuhan. Dealing with this lightning tribulation is also a good opportunity for you to upgrade. Go back and seize the opportunity to cultivate. I have other business, so I'll be going first. Everyone clasped their hands in a farewell salute. We respectfully send off the little Saint King. The scene shifts, he returns to the forbidden area by the lake. Continuing to transfer his power to Qinji, she asked, "Was the commotion just now caused by you again?" He replied, "That's right. For now, I'm just missing a suitable weapon." Qinji said, "Oh right, Yewang City has an auction that will be held in 2 days. Maybe you can go there and try your luck," Lin Yue replied. Yewang City is the trading capital of the Hongmeng continent, always a place where high officials and rich people come and go. Does Yewang City have anything new this time? Qinji recounted, "I heard that the penultimate item this time is a mysterious beast egg. Even the entire Yewang City auction doesn't know the details of this egg." Lin Yue was a little excited. Sounds not bad. How many mysterious pearls does the Wang Shen clan have in total right now? She replied, "I estimate around 100 million. Do you want to participate in the auction? That place is not on the Hongmeng continent. It's an independent planet in the Northern Territory, Star region. Many experts go there." Lin Yue sat on the shore. "That's right, I was also planning to go to Yewang City, because that place has something the puppet needs. Oh right, the key to the Dao River is also there, I have to go get it." Qinji was puzzled. The key to the Dao River. Could it be that your desire to win the Hongmeng tournament and get the qualification to enter the Dao River is related to the Dao River key? Lin Yue shook his head. No. The Dao River that you can enter after winning the Hongmeng tournament is only the upper layer of the Dao River. The mysterious qi there is dense, suitable for you all to cultivate. But in fact, the Dao River has another layer. Inside, there is someone who is about to give up. This time will be the last Hongmeng tournament. Qinji was shocked to hear this. How is it possible? There's someone below the Dao River. Who is it? How do you know? Lin Yue pointed to his head and replied, "The secrets of this world are far beyond your imagination. All right, I have to prepare to go to Yewang City." Qinji asked Little Saint King, "Who are you planning to take with you to Yewang City this time?" He replied as he walked away. "Just myself is enough. It's also a good time to meet some old friends. During the days I'm away, you all must do your best to quickly break through to the Transcendence realm. The stronger the better. This Hongmeng tournament will surely be extremely dangerous." The scene shifts, the elders see him off to the warship. He turns his head and asks again, "Everyone knows their cultivation tasks, right? When I come back, I want to see a different you." Everyone clasped their hands and replied, "Please rest assured, Little Saint King. Little Saint King, have a safe journey." The scene shifts. He is alone on the warship, heading straight for Yewang City. Standing on the deck, he thought to himself, "Sumeru, this time after I get the key. And the item, I'll come to save you. Oh right, his great Sun Taoist technique, I can also use it now." After thinking this, he immediately tried to activate it. His entire body was quickly enveloped in the great Sun Taoist technique. It's a rare body-refining holy fap in the world, which can promote my current battle body to quickly upgrade. The pink flame quickly spread throughout the ship. Lin Yue was startled to realize, "Oh no, I forgot, I'm still on the ship. This time it's not good." Seeing that he was about to reach Yewang City, the warship was destroyed. Not caring about the warship, he immediately jumped out. If I can't use it, I'll just fly straight down. This place is still at least a few thousand zhang away from Yewang City. It seems I still have to find a ship to hitch a ride on. While flying like a bird in the sky, he noticed a ship below. His face lit up with joy. There's a ship. He began to descend. Greeting, I am Lin Yue, because my warship was destroyed. Can I hitch a ride for a while? The brown-haired guy arrogantly replied, no, get lost. Happy to hear that he was a little annoyed, he landed with a thud in front of him and asked, are you the master of this warship? A girl stepped out, her face a little scared. He is not the master of this place, I am. He wants to steal my ship. Lin Yue pointed and asked, then do you need my help to chase them away? He thought to himself, hey, isn't this Lu Yixue, an old acquaintance? Yixue replied, young master, you came from nowhere. Your cultivation is superb. Can you help this humble one? The brown-haired guy angrily said loudly, if you don't want to die, don't meddle in other people's business. Just some empty threats? Lin Yue turned back and glared. I'm actually a little bit eager to die. Who among you wants to kill me? The brown-haired guy pointed his sword straight at him. I am the vice president of the Fei Yun Merchant Guild. This is our family business. Who on earth are you meddling in other people's affairs here? He raised his hand and used the Great Sun Taoist technique. The dead don't need to know my name. Just as he spoke, the entire arm of the brown-haired guy was burned by the fire. He couldn't resist, only screaming in pain. The fire continued to spread to his entire body. The girl knelt down helpless. Young hero, let's talk things over. Whatever you want, I will satisfy you. Lin Yue smiled too late. The fire continued to flare up his entire body as if in a furnace. He held his head and screamed in pain. The buzzing guys next to him saw this situation and were terrified. Quick, run. Run with your eyes. The kids looked so annoying. Lin Yue waved his hand in a line. They had just turned their heads when they felt their entire bodies burning. He gave a command. All of you lie down. In less than 15 seconds, the Great Sun Taoist technique had burned them to a crisp, leaving nothing to burn. Their storage rings remained on the floor. Lin Yue went to pick them up. Yixue was grateful. Young master, thank you. He replied. No need to be so polite. It was as easy as turning my hand. But can I have all these storage rings? Yixue heard this and could only smile awkwardly. Of course you can. You guys, what are you standing there for? Go help the young master pick up the rings. A moment later, the goods were collected. She presented them. Young master, the storage rings you wanted, he thought. Looking at her appearance after coming out of reincarnation, indeed, everything has changed. As he received the rings, he asked, are you all also going to the auction this time? Lu Yixue was startled and thought to herself, this young master actually knows my name. She replied, our merchant guild doesn't have that kind of financial power. The auction is held once a year and they only auction 10 items. The ones who can go there are all big shots of the Northern Territory. Suddenly a little girl stepped out and asked Big Brother, you're so handsome. Can you play with me? Yixue was startled and turned to scold her. Shanar, don't cause trouble. Lin Yue continued. It's fine. Anyway, there's still a lot of time before we get to Yewang City. Big Brother will play with you. He smiled to himself. Interesting. I didn't expect to meet a child here. This trip to Yewang City makes me a little excited. The scene shifts. The warship has also arrived at the city gate. The gate of Yewang City slowly appeared. Yixue was a little embarrassed. Young master, my apologies. Yewang City forbids flying in the sky. Our merchant guild is too small. In a moment we can only enter through the small gate of the city and go to the docking area. He smiled and replied, it's fine. I remember the main gate of the city is equipped with a mysterious chi cultivation check. Those with mysterious chi cultivation who can withstand the pressure of 5,000 zhang or more can be counted on one hand. Just as he spoke, a huge golden warship sped past from above. Yixue was startled to recognize it. The ship of the Lei Yun sect. Quick, back up. If we offend them, we'll all die. 3 people stepped onto the bow of the ship. Lei Zhong, the young sect master of the Lei Yun sect, boasted loudly. This is the ship of the Fei Yun Merchant Guild. Get out of the way for me. Don't affect my test. Today I want to break the mysterious chi cultivation record of this place. Yixue whispered. Young master, I'm sorry. We can only move back a bit first. Lin Yue scanned the cultivation of the guy. Just a second-generation trash, I can't be bothered with him. The ship of the Lei Yun sect group landed with a thud right at the main gate. The young sect master Lei Zhong jumped down and boasted, "Watch this young master use his abundant mysterious qi to scare the trash in Yewang City to death." Elder Xiao stepped out from the side. This Lei Zhong is the young sect master of the Lei Yun sect. He's still young, but his cultivation has already reached the 7th stage reincarnation realm. Maybe he can create a miracle. Lin Yue continued, "You're wrong. The test here is not directly related to the territory of mysterious qi. The city lord of Yewang City, Jun Wushang, his glorious territory back then was on par with this trash, but during the test using mysterious qi, he couldn't withstand the pressure of 9,000 zhang. This trash, I think he can't even reach half of that." Yixue was puzzled. Young master, isn't the value of the mysterious qi territory representative of high or low cultivation? He replied, "No. The mysterious qi territory is only a part of cultivation. The mysterious qi territory represents how much energy exists within a person's body, while cultivation is a comprehensive manifestation of when this person uses mysterious qi. A cultivator using moves will consume mysterious qi. Therefore, a person born with abundant mysterious qi, if they don't have the talent for cultivation, is just trash. They have energy but can't use it accurately. A true expert can produce an effect of mysterious qi 10 times that of an ordinary person with just a fraction of their mysterious qi. The device here looks like it's testing the value of mysterious qi, but it's actually testing the ability to control mysterious qi. This is also the reason why, over the years, even if someone's territory surpasses Jun Wushang's back, then still no one can break Jun Wushang's record. He is truly considered a genius. Elder Xiao heard this and thought to himself, this person actually dares to comment on the young sect master of the Lei Yun sect and the city lord of Yewang City. His tone is also quite big. The scene shifts to Lei Zhong. The smug guy looked up at the cultivation test section. "You ants wait to tremble before this young master." As he spoke, he accelerated and jumped up, starting the test. "This young master wants to break the record of your city lord." 2 soldiers below the city shouted, "The test begins." They thought to themselves, break the city lord's record, dream on. 2 columns on the city emitted a golden energy shooting straight up into the sky. The disciples on the ship were cheering for the 2 beams of light to go higher, so the number of zhang measured would be higher. 500, 800, 1,000, then 3,000. "Young sect master is amazing. Young master Lei, go for it." On this side, Elder Lei spoke up. "President, why don't we go and greet the young sect master of Lei Zhong? Maybe in the future we'll also benefit." One person objected. "No. Lei Zhong is extremely lecherous. Any woman he sets his eyes on has no chance of escaping." Yixue sighed. "Elder Xiao, let me see about this." Elder Xiao began to bring up old matters, not satisfied with Yixue's decision. After my disciple died, is this how you're being the president? The merchant ships are getting fewer and fewer, and only a few crew members are left." Granny Qin added. "Forget it, Brother Xiao. I think she doesn't even think about fighting for the old president. She's not going, we'll go ourselves." As she spoke, the 2 old people left the ship. Lei Zhong was straining above, but nothing came out. He strained so hard his beard turned white. "The pressure is too great. 4,000 zhang is my limit. This time I've lost a lot of face." While straining, he heard the voices of the 2 old people below laughing and saying, "Congratulations, young Master Lei, on surprising the Northern Territory Star region." Lei Zhong wiped his mouth with his hand, a sinister smile on his face. He thought, damn it. I was worried about not finding a way down, and they just came to me. As he spoke, he accelerated and flew straight down, grabbing the necks of the 2 elders with both hands in their surprise. "You 2 old things, you made me unable to concentrate on the test, almost causing me to go into key deviation. You deserve to die." Lu Yixue was worried on the ship and called out, "Granny Qin, Elder Xiao." The crew members stopped her. "President, don't speak. It will implicate us." "President, think of the bigger picture." Lin Yue looked on and smiled. Human hearts are always selfish and self-serving. And so, the 2 elders were logged out in a ridiculous way. Lei Zhong blamed them. "If it weren't for you 2 disturbing me, I could have almost broken the record." Someone else is here. Another warship had arrived. It was Ye Mingyu, the daughter of the city lord of Yewang. Next to her was Ling Feng, the young master of the Ling Tian Hall. He smiled and asked, "Ming Yue is a 2nd-generation rich kid like Lei Zhong, so handsome." She replied, "I'm looking at the Fei Yun Merchant Guild's ship." Look at that person. Their people are dead, and he doesn't have a single bit of emotion. He's so cold, it's scary. Ling Feng guessed, maybe he's just scared stiff. How powerful can people from a ninth-rate merchant guild be? He's just putting on a show, right? I'll make you expose yourself. He went to the side of the ship and shouted down, Nephew Lei Zhong, you were disturbed by a ninth-rate merchant guild, and you're just letting it go like that. Don't make me look down on you, haha. Lei Zhong heard this and immediately knew who it was, gritting his teeth. Ling Feng, you bastard, you dare to insult and look down on me. He pointed at Yixu's ship Feiyun Merchant Guild. Get over here for me. Lu Yixu was worried and immediately landed. Young Master Lei. My apologies. Our people were just careless. I apologize to you. Lei Zhong heard this and became even more insulting. No need to say any more today. None of you will leave alive. Ni couldn't take it anymore and jumped straight onto the edge of the ship, shouting down, You're a bad person. You clearly failed the test. It's not our fault at all. The crew members heard this and their faces turned pale. Shut up, you stupid child. Young Master Lei, spare us. We don't know this brat. She has nothing to do with us. Just as she spoke, Lei Zhong used his mysterious qi to seal the swords. The lightning swords struck the Feiyun Merchant Guild's warship, making the whole ship shake. A child from a ninth-rate merchant guild dares to step on my head. Today I want to challenge all of you. A bunch of trash who dare to offend me, none of you will escape. As he spoke, he accelerated and flew straight up. Lightning flashing around him, his aura extremely intense. The crew members couldn't withstand the terrifying pressure. So scary, I can't breathe. President, quick steer the ship away. Lu Yixu had to cling to the side of the ship to stay standing. I can't. He's used a formation to seal the ship. On the other side, Ye Mingyu's face was worried. No, I have to go help them. Ling Feng surprisingly turned back, just a bunch of ants. Mingyu, no need to worry. Besides, if that man really has skills, they won't be in trouble. Lin Yue was still sitting firmly looking at Lei Zhong, who was laughing like a madman as he flew up. He thought to himself, if I keep causing trouble, it will delay my time a bit. When Lei Zhong was about to arrive, Lin Yue disappeared. The laughing guy was startled to see a foot getting closer and closer to his face. Thud. He was kicked straight in the mouth and fell to the ground. Ye Mingyu's face was full of surprise. The whole group of the Leiyun sect was also stunned. Lu Yixu let out a sigh of relief. Phew, finally. I can breathe a sigh of relief. Lei Zhong was kicked and fell straight down close to the city gate. Lin Yue took the opportunity to jump onto the stone tablet for the test. Lei Zhong wanted to use pressure to kill us, right? I'll play a more exciting game with you. He began to concentrate his spiritual energy, thinking to himself, this body's constitution is ordinary, and moreover, I just escaped from reincarnation, so the value of mysterious qi in my body is not high. But using the method I created, combining divine sense with mysterious qi, the result will be different. A moment later, a bright light emanated from the city gate, shooting straight up. The people of the Leiyun sect looked out. What the hell is that? Am I seeing things? This pillar of light must be 8,000 zhang high. The city gate guard's face was dazed for a few seconds. It's still increasing. The people on Ye Mingyu and Ling Feng's side were also no less panicked. What's going on? Impossible. It's over 10,000. It's broken. He's broken my father's record. Lin Yue smiled to himself. I'll just make a big scene and get the attention of the city lord of Yewang City. The pressure around him erupted, making Lei Zhong, who was standing closest, unable to take it and vomit blood. How is it possible? How can there be so much mysterious qi in this person's body? Damn it. I'm going to be killed. The crew members stopped him. Young Master. Young Master. No. Young Master Lei is about to die. Young Master, please stop. If we offend the Leiyun sect, we'll all be finished. The elder on the Leiyun sect's side shouted, You there, stop. The one under your feet is the young sect master of the Leiyun sect. Do you want to be an enemy of the Leiyun sect? Lin Yue smiled and replied, Whether he dies or not, what does it have to do with me? The scene shifts to inside the city. A person hurriedly came to report Elder Xinghe. Someone has broken the city lord's record. Xinghe, the great elder of Yewang City, was meditating, and was startled to hear this what. He immediately stepped out to check the situation. This pillar of light is 20,000 zhang high. Could it be a descendant of one of those hidden great sects has descended? The city lord will only come out of seclusion tomorrow. Follow me to see who it is. Announce that the person inside the pillar of light cannot be offended at will. Violators will be killed without mercy. The soldiers obeyed. The scene shifts a moment later. The two pillars of light gradually dissipated. Lei Zhong officially logged out of the story. Lin Yue landed, "Come here and clean up the body." The two elders were going crazy. "You trash from the Fei Yun Merchant Guild, prepare to die." It was still the two cowardly crew members. "My lord, it was him who did it. The young sect master was killed by him. It has nothing to do with us." Lu Yikshu shouted, "Shut up. If it wasn't for the young master, you would have died just now." They were still stubborn. Now is not the time to talk about this president. Shanner ran over Big Brother. "Don't be afraid, I'll protect you." Just as Lin Yue returned to the ship, the two disciples whispered, "Hey, that guy is back here again. Quick, get off the ship. Don't let him implicate us." He patted Shanner's head and smiled. "Don't worry, it's a small matter." He turned and asked, "I've already killed the person. What else do you want?" The two elders jumped off the ship and together cast a lightning spell. "No matter who you are, come back to the Lei Yun sect with us first. The rest kill them all." Ye Mingyu spoke up, asserting her authority within the range of Yewang City, who dares to make a move. The two heard this and hesitated, temporarily stopping their hands. She flew straight over to block them, introducing herself. "I am Ye Mingyu. Without the permission of our Yewang City, let's see who dares to cause trouble here." The two had also heard of her. "So it's the great young lady of Yewang City. My young sect master came here for the auction and died at the city gate. You must give us a clear answer to this matter." Ye Mingyu asked a bold question. "What if we don't?" they threatened. "Then I will let you understand that our Lei Yun sect is not easy to provoke." As she spoke, Xingyi led his troops to arrive. "The Lei Yun sect's tone is quite big. Why should our Yewang City give you a clear answer?" The two turned to look, beginning to be cautious. Xingyi and the soldiers bowed their heads. "Xingyi has arrived late to welcome you. I hope the young lady will forgive me." Ye Mingyue replied, "Please rise, elder." Xingyi, "I met the merchant ship of the Lingtian Hall on the way and hitched a ride, so I came back early." Elder Xingyi, "I see that the Lei Yun sect has no intention of participating in the auction anymore. Please ask them to leave." The soldiers heard this and also shouted in unison, "Please, Lei Yun sect, leave." They picked up Lei Zhong's body and returned to their ship, still leaving a warning. "The Lei Yun sect will remember this matter. Farewell." Ye Mingyu turned and asked, "May I ask for your esteemed name?" The two cowardly crew members, with things having come to this point, were still cowardly, waving their hands frantically. "My lord, it has nothing to do with us. He is not a person of our merchant guild." "That's right, we don't know him." Only Lu Yixu and Shanner stood up to protect him. "This is my friend. If Lady Ye wants to punish him for anything, I am willing to bear the responsibility. Big brother, I will protect you." Lin Yue still hadn't spoken, only smiling silently. Ye Mingyu asked, "So you're saying they are not on the same side as the three of you?" The two crew members replied, "No, we don't know the three of them." Lu Yixu could only sigh. "So my years of effort have not been rewarded at all." Ye Mingyu smiled. "If that's the case, then the three of you are honored guests of our Yewang City. Yewang City has already prepared a room for the three of you in the guest welcoming hall. Please." Everyone was surprised to hear this. What? Honored guests. Welcoming guests in the hall. Weren't they going to be punished? Why did it suddenly turn out like this? "President, take us with you." She turned her head and replied, "Just now the Merchant Guild abandoned me. From now on, the Fei Yun Merchant Guild and I have nothing to do with each other." Lin Yue turned and said, "This bunch of trash if you need. I can help you clean up the sect." Yixue replied, "Thank you, young master. Let it be. They are also a pitiful bunch." He smiled and praised, "You're always so kind." Ming Yu opened her mouth to welcome him. "Welcome, young master, to Yewang City." Just as she greeted him, Ling Feng was already resentful. Damn it. It turned from a good thing into a mess. He dares to get close to Ming Yu. Watch me beat him to death. Ming Yu asked, "May I know your esteemed name? Can you tell me?" He leaned close to her ear and smiled. "No hurry. Tell Jun Wushang to come and see me in person. Just say his nemesis has arrived." Ming Yu turned her face extremely surprised and exclaimed, "What?" Lin Yue turned back, waved his hand and said, Let's go to the guest welcoming hall." Yixue and Shanner were excited. "All right." Jinghe turned and asked Mingyue, "Do we need to protect them day and night?" She replied, This person has the potential of 20,000 zhang. Do we still need to protect him? Xinghe heard this, and only then remembered muttering, "Oh Amitabha." The three of them had just arrived at the place when Yixue had to exclaim, "Oh my God." This guest, welcoming hall is made of bright iron. On the contrary, Lin Yue was not surprised at all. Yewang City is the trading center of the Northern Territory's bright iron. So this is normal. Let's go in and see. Lin Yue walked inside and asked the manager, "When does the auction start?" He replied, "In 2 hours, sir. Everyone can freely use the Tianzi room." He went deeper inside. "I'll stay here, Lu. Yixue, you and Shanner stay over there." After entering the room, he took out the storage ring he had just picked up from Lei Zhong. Not bad. This Lei Zhong is indeed very rich. There are 400 million bright iron in the storage ring. Then I'll have a better chance at the auction. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Ye Mingyu requests to see the young master. He replied, "Come in." She entered and asked Ye Mingyu still doesn't know the young master's name. He replied, "Lin Yue," looking at her new clothes. He smiled to himself, as expected, of the third most beautiful woman in the Northern Territory, Star Region. Truly beautiful. Mingyu continued to ask, "May I ask which sect young Master Lin is from?" "With the young master's strength in the Northern Territory, you surely have no rivals." He replied, "That's because you've met too few people. The city lord Zhan Wushang will probably only come out of seclusion tomorrow. I'd really like to test his 10th level Hunyuan Gong." Mingyu heard this and was startled. "Young master, how do you know my father's seclusion date? Besides Elder Xinghe, no one else knows." He smiled. "The things I know are far beyond your imagination. The high-level sects have probably all arrived at Yewang City. You should go and welcome them. I won't see you out." Mingyu was startled a second time. "This is the first time a man has kicked me out." The girl resentfully turned her head and left. "Then I won't disturb the young master anymore," Lin Yue thought to himself. As expected, her personality is exactly the same as in the 100,000 years, meaning the two of them had already done the deed with each other, huh? Ling Feng saw her resentfully walk out and asked, "Mingyu, young lady, who on earth is the person in there?" Mingyu took her anger out on him and cursed, "Get lost. You bastard Lin Yue, I'm so pissed off." Ling Feng muttered, "Damn it, I've never seen Mingyu so angry. Could it be that Brat did something to Mingyu in there?" A person appeared behind him and asked, "Young Master Ling, do you need to kill him?" Ling Feng replied, "Don't cause more trouble. Wait until the auction is over, then we'll deal with him. At that time, let him die without a burial place. Follow Ye Mingyu." Then it was Yixue's turn to knock on the door and call out, "Young master, I want to take Shanner to see the client." Lin Yue asked, "Where is your trading point?" She replied, "In the 3rd street. The people from our merchant ship are also there." Shanner's face was sad as she asked, "Big brother, will you come and play with me again? The people who bought me are very scary." He was startled to hear this. "Bought? Weren't you supposed to be handed over to your parents?" Yixue replied, "Young Master Lin, I also don't know why it's like this." Lin Yue walked over. "Forget it, I'll go with you two." The three of them moved down the street and heard a group of people cursing, "Because of the Fei Yun Merchant Guild, you're all dead today." Lin Yue said, "Let's go in and see." Just as they entered, they saw the scene of the Fei Yun Merchant Guild's people being beaten. "Damn it, you lost the goods of our 7 absolute sect, and you still dare to come to our door. Kill them for me." Yixue rushed to stop them. "We'll find a way to compensate you." The one-eyed man turned and asked, "Who is this little girl?" She hesitated and stammered, "Ah." A disciple of the Fei Yun Guild pointed at her. "She is the president of our guild. Your goods are with her. If you have anything to say, talk to her." The one-eyed man heard this and laughed. "Hey, the president is also quite a looker. Capture her for me. Bring out my goods." The two underlings behind him replied, "All right." They drew their hot weapons and rushed towards Yixu. "Come, play with us." She immediately gathered her spiritual energy to resist, and with one palm strike she sent the two guys flying. The one-eyed man started to get excited. "I didn't expect you to have some skills. Then take a move from me and see." As he spoke, he unleashed the heavenly shadow hand. With great speed, he rushed to engage in close combat. Yixue also raised her hand to block, but she seemed weaker than the one-eyed man and was sent flying backward. "Damn it. You of the 7 Absolute sect are bullying people too much." The one-eyed man laughed. So what, a bunch of old weak and sick people kill them all for me. The remaining underlings heard the command, drew their hot weapons, and began to cause trouble. All right, it was time for Lin Yue to step in. He took a step forward. You rest. His hand began to gather spiritual energy, and the mysterious chi transforming into a sword was immediately unleashed. He just stood still, and a sword Dao shot straight at the group of people. The underlings noticed and were terrified, but fear didn't help them block the coming death. Even the loudest one-eyed man each took a single blow and was logged out of the story. Lin Yue turned his head. It's all right now, let's go. The disciples of Fei Yun began to lick his boots. We are willing to follow you. Yixue replied, I already said, from now on, we have nothing to do with each other. All of this was witnessed by a person sitting nearby. He paid close attention to Lin Yue, and as he walked out, reminded his subordinate, only befriend this person, do not offend him. After walking out, he said, Shan'er Lu Yixue, from now on, you two will follow me. They were excited and replied, Yes, young master. It's so fun to be with Big Brother. He said, the auction won't start for a while. Let's go for a walk and buy something. The three of them wandered outside. Yixue saw a bracelet she liked. Lin Yue gallantly asked shopkeeper, how much is it, I'll buy it. The old shopkeeper overcharged 3,000 mysterious pearls. Yixu heard this and seemed less enthusiastic. It's too expensive. But no, Lin Yue immediately put down a pile of mysterious pearls. Take it. Suddenly, Ye Mingsui appeared out of nowhere. What a beautiful bracelet. Even Ling Feng was there and asked Ming Yu, Do you like this bracelet? I'll give it to you, she asked. This bracelet is so beautiful. I like it very much. I wonder if young Master Lin is willing to part with his beloved item. The people standing far away were discussing what kind of dog shit luck did this guy step on to be favored by the great young lady. Yet he immediately shot up like a whirlwind. That's right. Maybe he can become the son-in-law of the city lord Jun Wushang. Why isn't it me? Lin Yue held the item in his hand and replied, Sorry, this bracelet already has an owner. As he put it on Yixue's hand, he praised, It's really beautiful. She shyly exclaimed, Young Master Lin. Shaner smiled and praised Sister Luo looked so beautiful wearing it. The other girls standing outside were gaping. Why isn't he playing by the rules? Ye Mingyu was stunned for a few seconds. On the contrary, Ling Feng frowned, annoyed. Hey, you stop right there. Everything in Yewang City belongs to Mingyu. You stinking brat, you don't know your place, huh? Lin Yue turned his head and asked back, You want to rob me? This is something I bought. Ling Feng knew he couldn't win a fight, so he took out a pile of mysterious pearls and pointed at the bracelet on Yixue's hand, saying, 100,000 mysterious pearls. This young master will buy this bracelet from you. Are you selling or not? Yixue was tempted by the money and thought to herself, so much money I might as well sell it. She turned and stammered, Young Master Lin. He shook his head, too little, not for sale. The other gossiping girls were surprised. Is this guy crazy? He's not giving face to the great young lady? Yeah, and not even giving face to young Master Ling. He doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. He's dead for sure. Ling Feng put down another pile of mysterious pearls. So what about now? Yixue and Shan'er looked at the mountain of mysterious pearls in front of them, and their mouths dropped open. Oh my God. The shopkeeper was also startled. My cheap bracelet is worth so much money. This is not just 100,000. I've made a huge profit. Lin Yue shook his head. Still too little. Ling Feng was provoked, his ego bruised. Don't push your luck. How much do you want to sell it for? He raised one finger and replied, 1 billion. The other gossiping girls were shocked. 1 billion? Is he crazy? He could buy all the stalls in Yewang City with that. Ling Feng was so angry he went crazy. You dare to tease me, you're seeking death. He just replied nonchalantly, You can try Lei Zhong as your example. The guy heard this and was a bit hesitant. He thought to himself, Forget it here. I'm the only one who hasn't provoked him yet. He continued, If you can't give that much, then forget it. Let's go. As he spoke, the three of them turned and left, leaving the two with a pile of mysterious pearls and bitterness. There's nothing I want that I can't get. After walking for a while, Yixue turned and asked young master, Why didn't you sell the bracelet just now? That was 1,000,000 mysterious pearls. He replied, I gave it to you. So of course I can't sell it anymore. Yixue was a little touched to hear this. Let's go. The auction is about to start. She thought to herself, If I had known, I would have sold it 1,000,000 mysterious pearls. The scene shifts to the auction area. The three presented their invitation cards. The guard at the gate chased them away. Your invitation card is expired. Go back. Yixue was surprised. An invitation card has an expiration date. They shouted, we say it has, so it has. If you have no other business, then get lost. Yixue turned to the young master. Then we. He smiled. Let's go over there and wait. The three stood in a corner. Yixue guessed Yewang City has always been known for its credibility. The young master's invitation card surely has no problem. I guess they've taken money to block us. Lin Yue smiled. You've noticed that too. Then who do you think did it? She exclaimed, it's Ling Feng. Only the Ling Tian Hall has the guts to do this. Moreover, he's always been pursuing Ye Mingyu. Today he lost face because of the young master. So, he nodded, correct analysis. Shan'er asked, Big brother, can we get in just by waiting? He replied, Don't worry. The one who will let us in has already arrived. Just as he spoke, the person in red from a few hours ago had also arrived. Yixue turned and recognized him. Young master is waiting for someone from the Bilo Shangqing Palace. He replied, That's right, is there a problem? She replied, No problem. But the Bilo Shangqing Palace is a top-tier great sect in the Northern Territory, Star region, much stronger than the Lei Yun sect. I heard that one of the three emperors of the Upper Territory came from there. Lin Yue continued, You know quite a bit. One of the three emperors, the Black Dragon. Emperor Qin Liu did indeed come from there. Yixue heard this and wondered to herself, Young Master Lin knows the real name of the three emperors. What is his background? The man in red also noticed the three of them and muttered, The one standing over there, isn't he the expert from the small tavern? Why is he standing outside and not going in? The gate guard recognized him and clasped his hands politely. Welcome, young Master Wu Nian. Wu Nian also turned and introduced himself. I am Qin. Wu Nian, we've met before in the tavern. He replied, I am Lin Yue. Thank you, young Master Wu Nian, for cleaning up for me in the inn. I accidentally killed a few people, and the inn would have been in chaos. Wu Nian was puzzled. Brother Lin's combat power is so high. Why would you need my help? The auction is about to start. Brother Lin, aren't you going in? He smiled. I want to, but I'm blocked. The gate guarding girls heard this and got scared. Oh no, why is young Master Wu Nian so close to that brat? Didn't young Master Ling say he was a penniless farmer and it's fine to block him? Young Master Ling has killed me. I must apologize quickly. The girls nimbly approached and called out young Master Wu Nian. Before they could apologize, he turned his head with a sharp gaze and shouted, Insolent! He stomped his foot on the ground, and the brick immediately shattered. The guard at the gate bowed his head. Please spare our lives, young master. Wu Nian. We accidentally offended young Master Lin. It was young Master Ling who told us to block him. Wu Nian turned and said, This Ling Feng is truly petty, Brother Lin. Let's go in. Lin Yue smiled and replied, Thank you, Brother Qin. The three passed through the gate, leaving the three gate-guarding girls still on their hands and knees. In less than 5 seconds, they felt their bodies become uncomfortable and vomited blood. Damn it! It's all because of that bastard. Ling Feng. The people of the Biluo Shangqing Palace are more domineering and they don't even leave any traces. We have to accept it. Oh my god, this wound will be hard to heal in 10 years. The scene shifts inside. Wu Nian smiled. Brother Lin were here. They had just entered, and before them was a stage with a scale comparable to the Lock Tray Stadium in Haiphong. The crowd was cheering excitedly, but they were forbidden from lighting flares. Wu Nian asked Brother Lin, Have you researched the auction area of Yewang City? He replied, I'd like to hear Brother Qin's opinion first. He provided the information. The 5-tiered platform here is divided into corresponding elements, gold, wood, water, fire, and earth. Once activated, even a 9th Yang Transcendence territory expert would die without a burial place. The 2 bodyguards accompanying him praised. The young master's eyesight is getting more and more formidable. In a little while, even if we join forces, we won't be a match for the young master. Lin Yue smiled. Brother Lin is wrong. This formation is full of mistakes. Once activated, I'm afraid it can only hold me for 3 seconds. The 3 were shocked to hear this. Ling Feng appeared out of nowhere, his face scrunched up. Insolent Yewang City has stood tall in the Northern Territory Star region for many years. This formation was personally arranged by the Ye King Jun Wushang. What are you to talk nonsense? He thought to himself. How did this brat sneak in here? And he's even with someone from the Biluo Shangxing Palace. Wu Nian turned and asked young Master Ling, "Do you understand formations?" Ling Feng replied, "I don't. But what is Lin Yue to dare to talk about the grand formation at the auction like that?" Wu Nian smirked. "If you don't understand, then talk less." He heard this, and his ego was too high to be provoked. "Can't I provoke the Biluo Shangqing Palace? Can't I provoke Lin Yue anymore?" He pointed straight at him and said loudly, "Lin Yue is just a pretty face, like a turtle hiding in its shell, hiding behind others." Wu Nian heard this and shouted, "Insolent." As he spoke, a palm force was released from the accompanying guardians attacking Ling Feng. He raised his hand and shouted, "Only you have a guardian!" The palm force from his side also shot out to defend. His voice strained. "I'm teaching this brat a lesson. What does it have to do with you?" "Great young master." Qin, the two guardians on his side, took the blow and thought to themselves, "Is he crazy? Don't provoke the other party anymore, okay?" Wu Nian heard this and became even more annoyed, raising his hand to continue the attack. "You don't know what it means to be afraid of death." The two guardians on his side couldn't take it and vomited blood. Ling Feng was bitter. "You of the Biluo Shangqing Palace are bullying people too much." Wu Nian exuded an oppressive aura. His eyebrows furrowed. Just as Ling Feng spoke, he also immediately vomited blood. Wu Nian said, "Remember this in the future. When adults are talking, children shouldn't interrupt." The purple-haired, Hidao, a disciple of the Feijian sect, and Zhang Bailian, a disciple of the Empress sect, walked over and laughed. "Ling Feng, old brother, it's a good thing your goddess Ming Yue didn't see this. It's so embarrassing. Ha ha. Interesting. Young Master Ling seems to have suffered a loss today." Ling Feng was provoked. "Hidao, Zhang Bailian, you two bastards, kicking a man when he's down." Wu Nian smiled, turned, and asked, "Brother Lin, the discussion just now is not over yet. I like to study formations the most. Where is the flaw in this formation?" Lin Yue replied, "How about this? Tomorrow, Jun Wushang will personally come to the guest welcoming hall to find me. At that time, Brother Qin can also come and we can discuss it together." The people next to them were all surprised to hear this. Lu Yixiu was stunned for a few seconds, thinking to herself, "Jun Wushang is personally coming to welcome him. Who on earth is the young master?" Wu Nian replied, "All right, remember, Brother Lin, come with me to the Biluo Shangqing Palace's seat to wait for the auction to begin." Lin Yue gestured with his hand. "Please." A moment later, the four of them were at the table. It's about to start. The time had come. A dragon shot up from the ground, roaring to assert its dominance in the middle of the stage. Shanner was fascinated, "Big brother. Look at that beautiful dragon." On the dragon's head, a person appeared. It was Ye Mingyu, acting very deeply. "You all have had to wait a long time." Looking at the girl in a revealing outfit, the men's eyes were feasting. "Young lady Ye Mingyu is so beautiful. Look at that slender waist and long legs. The #1 beauty of Yewang City. Her reputation is well deserved. Don't dream about it. She's a half-step transcendence, much stronger than Ling Feng." Ye Mingyu announced, "My father is in seclusion and has not yet come out. This time's auction will have to be hosted by Mingyu. I hope you all will bid fiercely and not let Mingyu go home empty-handed." The surrounding crowd was excited. "Young lady Ye, rest assured, I will definitely make you satisfied. I've even brought my wife's money." "Young lady Ye, you have to be responsible for me." "Young lady Ye, I am willing to go bankrupt for you." Ling Feng heard all of this and turned to order. "Investigate who those bastards are. If you can kill them, then kill them." The guardian next to him thought to himself, "This young master is always looking for trouble over a woman. It's so annoying." The dragon opened its mouth and an object slowly appeared. Ye Mingyu introduced, "The first treasure is this piece of iron. The starting price is 100,000 mysterious pearls. Ling Feng was the first to bid 500,000 Mingyu no matter what. I will support you." The two guardians heard this and bowed their heads. "This idiot is beyond saving." A voice was heard, 15 million. Everyone was shocked to hear this. Who is so rich? They turned to see Lu Yixue raising her hand. Her face embarrassed, thinking, why did the young master make me raise my hand? Young master, why didn't you bid yourself? And is this black piece of iron really worth 15 million? He smiled and replied, I'm afraid my arm will get tired. Remember, only use this hand to raise. Ye Mingyu's expression changed. Humph. It's that woman who stole the bracelet I liked, and she's even showing off. Her eyes were fixed on Lu Yixue's raised arm. The guy Ling Feng had a twisted face. Lin Yue is just a nobody yet. He dares to compete with me in financial power. He decisively raised 2 fingers. 2 million. Lin Yue started to find it interesting and continued to raise the price. Yixue asked, "How much more?" He turned and asked, "What do you think, Brother Qin?" He replied, "I think this item is worth 3 million. How about we just go for it?" He nodded. "Makes sense. Then let's bid this price." Lu Yixu followed suit, raising 3 fingers. 3 million. Ling Feng heard this and muttered, 3 million, this guy is crazy. On this side, Hidao laughed. It seems Ling Feng has met a strong opponent. As for Zhang Bailian, she licked her lips. Men are never normal, but a handsome man like this, the taste must be not bad. Ye Mingyu shouted, 3 million going once, 3 million going twice. 3 million mysterious pearls going 3 times. The piece of iron flew into Lin Yue's hand. He raised his hand to receive it. Finally, it's in my hands. This is the cost. As he spoke, he raised his storage ring, and a pile of mysterious pearls poured out. The dragon absorbed them all into its mouth, and in less than 10 seconds, it had swallowed them all. Ling Feng stood up and burst out laughing. 3 million for that piece of scrap iron. What's there to be happy about, you profligate son? The surrounding crowd also laughed along. Lin Ye had to put on a show again. If there are people with eyes, but no sight, then I'll let everyone open their eyes. Inside this piece of iron is Xuantian's secret silver. This purity is worthy of the price of 3 million moreover. Inside this Xuantian secret silver is hidden a top-grade soul-attaching talisman. It's a pity that some people have eyes but no sight. As he spoke, he cast a spell breaking the outer layer of iron. A soul-attaching talisman appeared in his hand. He thought to himself, now I can upgrade the puppet. The bidders were now shocked. Top-grade quality, a golden soul-attaching talisman, a huge profit. This thing must be over 100 million. Its value is priceless. Even 1 billion wouldn't be enough to buy it. Wu Nian was startled, but he only kept it in his head. Inside, there's actually a golden soul-attaching talisman. How on earth did Lin Yue discover it? The guy Ling Feng was so bitter, he gritted his teeth. That bastard Lin Yue. The program continued. Ye Mingyu took out the item. The second treasure, the Jingzhi sword. The Zhangjian sect spent 30 years forging it with stellar cold iron. Its power is astonishing. The starting price is 1 million mysterious pearls. She thought, this Lin Yue is too scary. Even our auction house didn't detect the golden soul-attaching talisman. Wu Nian turned and asked Brother Lin, how much do you think this sword is worth? He replied, 10 million. But for someone who understands swords, it won't just stop at this number. Wu Nian looked it over and assessed. I see that there are not many people here who understand swords. The people below began to bid 6 million, 7, 8 million. Suddenly, Lu Yixui raised her hand and bid straight up to 20 million. The guy Ling Feng thought bitterly, damn it, it's that bastard again. He jumped up and bid 21 million. The guardian next to him strongly stopped him. Young Master Lin, calm down. Yixu bid 25 million. Lin Yue even provoked, the Lingtian Hall doesn't have money, so don't bid. Above, the soldiers of Yewang City were discussing, young people should avoid being easily provoked. This person openly challenges the Lingtian Hall. He's so foolish. This young man dares to say the city lord will meet him. I wonder what his background is, Xinghe said. I've investigated. When this person arrived, his trajectory was special. I couldn't trace where he came from. Also, this person is definitely not someone who is easily provoked. I'm afraid he's even more formidable than Qin Wu Nian. He must have a deep meaning. Below, Ling Feng heard this and his hands began to tremble. Damn it. The subordinate continuously held his arm. No, young master, this thing is worth at most 10 million, let him be. But his ego was too high, and he shouted, are you deaf? Didn't you hear him looking down on me? If I can't get this anger out, how can I stand in front of Mingyu in the future? He shouted loudly, 27 million. Lin Yue ordered, all right, put it down. Yixue let out a sigh of relief. Ye Mingyue shouted, 27 million going 3 times. Sold. The surrounding crowd was puzzled. Why didn't that guy call a price anymore? That's right, it's strange. Ling Feng received the sword in his hand and boasted, you want to fight with me? You're looking for the opposite. Wu Nian turned and asked Brother Lin, do you want to say it or should I? He smiled and replied, you should say it. It's too cruel for me to say it to him, the poor child. Wu Nian obeyed and stood up. A pity, a pity. The sword is a good sword, but you can't use it. Ling Feng heard this and began to be a little cautious. What did you say? He drew the sword from its sheath to check. Why is this sword so thin, Mingyu? What is this? She explained. This sword is suitable for a woman to use. The design is like this. He heard this and was a bit bitter. A woman uses this thing. Then why did I bid for it? Ye Mingyu could only sigh. It's not like I told you to bid. The two Balian and Hidao burst out laughing. Ha ha ha, this Ling Feng is so stupid. Ye Mingyu summoned the egg. Next is the final auction item, an unknown beast egg. We also don't know what kind of creature's egg this is. The starting price is 1,000 mysterious pearls. Lin Yue thought to himself, finally it's here. Wu Nian muttered, Yewang City has always advertised this as a beast egg. I want to see if it's real or just a show. A golden light began to appear on his sea of consciousness. He raised 2 fingers, concentrating his thoughts. It wasn't just him. Many others were also casting spells, sending their thoughts towards the egg. Xinghe also immediately used a technique, want to peek at the egg dream on. Immediately, a protective layer was erected, blocking all those thoughts. Wu Nian was startled. There's an expert nearby stopping us from checking this egg, Lin Yue asked. Brother Qin, what have you found out? He asked back. Brother Lin, are you interested in bidding for it? He replied, I am indeed interested in it, but if Brother Qin wants to compete with me, I probably don't have a chance. Wu Nian continued. Brother Lin must have seen some clues. As for me, I haven't yet, so please rest assured. Brother Lin, I won't make a move. Lin Yue was just waiting for this. Then thank you, Brother Qin. Ye Mingyu announced, this treasure's starting price is 10 million mysterious pearls. Everyone was surprised to hear this and began to discuss. They won't let us investigate, and they still want to sell it for 10 million. The lion's mouth is wide open. They must be deliberately putting on a show, a scam. It's definitely a scam. The guy Ling Feng was the first to bid 11 million mysterious pearls. Everyone began to get tired of it. Ugh, it's this lovesick guy again. The face of the Lingtian Hall is about to be completely lost by him. But Ling Feng was also in a forced situation. Oh my God, this time it wasn't me. It was my old man who instructed me to definitely bring this egg back. Ye Mingyu thought to herself, it seems this egg will be a loss. She asked. No one is raising the price, 11 million going once. This time, Lin Yue himself raised his hand 50 million. Ling Feng thought a competition of financial power. Then I'll play with you. He immediately bid 60 million. He bid again, 70 million. Wu Nian next to him smiled. Brother Lin has made a move. Indeed, this item is special. He replied, I just don't want to waste Brother Qin's time. Wu Nian agreed. Indeed, getting entangled with them is really boring. Just as Ye Mingyu shouted, 70 million going once. Ling Feng was about to boast, look at me. When Lin Wei cut him off and bid again 80 million, everyone was shocked to hear this. Oh my God, this is the first time I've seen someone raise their own price. Is he showing contempt for Ling Feng? Ling Feng gritted his teeth. I don't believe. Before he could speak, he was cut off again. Lin Yue bid 90 million, 100 million. Even Ye Mingyu was sweating. Young Master Lin, don't raise your own price anymore. Ling Feng shouted, 110 million. He directly went up to 150. The two of them bid back and forth, 160, 200, 300 million. Ling Feng laughed. All right, Lin Yue. Today, this young master will see how you're going to come up with 300 million. Wu Nian teased. The young master of the Lingtian Hall can't win the auction, so he thinks others don't have money like him. Ling Feng replied, this young master indeed doesn't have 300 million, but I also don't believe someone like him has 300 million. The crowd was discussing, could it be he's just putting on a show? Putting on a show in Yewang City is a sure death. That's right, the guy who didn't pay with mysterious pearls at the last auction was killed. No one is spared. Lin Yue stood up and asked, what if I do? Ling Feng laughed. You hate me, right? I've also found you annoying all night. If you can't take out the mysterious pearls, then you'll leave your life for me. Lin Yue was excited to hear this. A bet on life, interesting. Then if I take out 300 million, you'll also leave a life, is that it? Ling Feng plunged headfirst into the death trap. Play then play. You think I'm afraid of you. 300 million mysterious pearls, take them out. If not, then you have to die. Yimingyu spoke up. Bidding with phantom money is at most just losing face. If it's a bet on life, I advise you two to think it over. Lin Yue said, Mingyu, no need to worry about me, it's just 300 million, as he poured out a pile of mysterious pearls. The girls on the stand counted 10 million, 30, 50. Could he really have 300 million? The soldiers of Yewang City were surprised. This egg made so much profit. If Lin Yue can take out 300 million, then the one who dies will be Ling Feng. I don't think he can kill Ling Feng. On the contrary, he'll harm himself. Xinghe refuted. You're wrong. Lin Yue can't die. It's true that the great young lady passed on a message wanting us to temporarily spare Lin Yue's life. Ling Feng's face began to turn pale. Damn it. It seems this brat really has 300 million mysterious pearls. He ordered, now go kill him for me. The two guardians received the order and immediately rushed towards Lin Yue. One sword, one fist, ready to sneak attack. Yimingyu exclaimed, Young master, be careful. Even Xinghe was surprised. Oh no, they actually attacked first. It's too late. Lin Yue noticed and still had time to turn and say, Brother Lin, you guessed right again. Wunian's guardian immediately rushed to help. The two guardians of the Ling Tian Hall were surprised to realize it. But they were kicked and fell back. The dragon had swallowed enough mysterious pearls, everyone counted a full 300 million. He said, I've paid 300 million mysterious pearls, Ling Feng, now it's your turn. Everyone was worried. Oh no, he really has 300 million. Ling Feng is done for. Not necessarily in the Northern Territory Star region who dares to kill the young master of the Ling Tian Hall. Do they not want to live anymore? That's also true. But if Lin Yue loses, I guess he'll just be a corpse now. Ling Feng was startled. Why did they attack at the right time? Could it be that this Lin Yue predicted it? He replied, the dead don't need to know so much. As he spoke, he instantly teleported, with great speed, appearing right in front of Ling Feng. Beilian and Hidao laughed. Your Excellency has offended the Ling Tian Hall all day. Just kneel down and admit defeat and it should be fine. This friend, the good show is over. Let him go. They thought to themselves, anyway, he doesn't dare to kill him, just go with the flow. But Lin Yue didn't listen. If you want to die, then block me. He pointed his finger up, and a line of spiritual energy flew past them. The smoke cleared and a sharp cut appeared on the ground. The two girls were terrified. He turned and said to Ling Feng, if you're a man, then keep your word. The guy was in a difficult situation, damn it. It's just the universal degree realm. As he spoke, he took out 4 golden needles, and used the rainstorm pear blossom needles, launching them at Lin Yue. You're the one who's going to die. The people above recognized it. It's the rainstorm. Pear blossom needles, Lin Yue is done for. The wind-sweeping remnant cloud was also immediately erected, by him creating a protective layer that blocked all those golden needles. A despicable, petty person. Let me teach you how to use needles. As he spoke, he picked up the last needle, swung his hand and launched it at him. The speed was too fast. Without needing to be grandiose and use a technique, the needle went straight through Ling Feng's forehead and out the back. The guy was logged out without a chance to say his last words. Everyone, including the people of Yewang City, was not surprised. Ling Feng officially logged out of the story. The storage ring was immediately picked up by Lin Yue. After all that fighting, in the end the sword still belongs to me. His two guardians immediately rushed over. You dare to kill our young master. The Ling Tian Hall will not spare you. He turned his head and took the sword from Ling Feng's storage ring. You think I'm afraid of you? I just don't want to get my hands dirty. The sword was drawn from its sheath, quickly combined. With his movement technique, swish, swish. 2 strokes took the lives of the 2 of them. Everyone was surprised for a second time, so fast. He asked anyone else want to bet with me. The girls on the stand sat in stunned silence, not making a single sound. Yi Mingyu announced, Congratulations, young Master Lin, on getting the final treasure. Today's auction ends perfectly, dismissed. The scene shifts out of the auction area. Wu Nian asked, The Ling Tian Hall will come to cause trouble. Brother Lin, are you prepared to deal with it? He replied, No, hurry. Yewang City will help me solve this matter. On Xinghe's side, he asked, Great young lady, what is the young lady's meaning? She replied, I'm also not sure. But tomorrow, father wants to see him. The scene shifts to the Ling Tian Hall. After Ling Zun Ling Feng's father and the master of the Ling Tian Hall heard the news, he went crazy. Who is so bold as to kill my son? Send out the order to the entire hall, lead the troops to Yewang City. On the Lei Yun sect's side, Lei Zhong's father, Lei Long, also gave the order. The entire sect listened to my command. Follow me to Yewang City. To avenge my son, kill them all. The scene shifts to the evening in the rest room. Lin Ye took out the egg and muttered, jumping out of the 3 territories, not in the 5 elements. The 10,000 things of heaven and earth are on par with the heavens. Indeed, it's the egg of a world-destroying demonic beast. While you're not yet formed, let's have you recognize your master. As he spoke, he cast a spiritual power into the outer layer of the egg. A few seconds later, the entire egg lit up with a golden light. He laughed. Ha ha. Not bad, not bad. It's a 9-colored heaven-defying egg. He took out his storage ring and collected the egg. Inside, he suddenly felt someone outside the window. He raised his hand. You come in too. Immediately, the masked woman outside was sucked in. She was too surprised by the attack. Huff. She also immediately reacted, getting into a stance, intending to kick Lin Yue straight in the face. But how could it be so easy? He turned lightly, raised his hand, and shot her leg. His other hand was also very fast, moving up to her neck, using his force to press her straight into the corner of the wall, his hand firmly controlling her wrist. Looking closely, it was very similar to a Luohan pushing a cart. Not smiling, Lin Yue also recognized her young lady Ye coming to find a man in the middle of the night. Aren't you afraid of being misunderstood? Her face was awkward. How did you know it was me? Thinking about it, her whole face turned red. So embarrassing. Fortunately, I'm still masked, she said loudly. Quick, let me go. Just as she spoke, Lin Yue ripped off her mask. All right. He let go of her hands and she fell to the ground with a thud. He asked, Tell me, what are you doing here? She replied, I didn't expect young Master Lin to be so formidable. I was just curious how the young master planned to handle the situation after getting into trouble. He sat on the table, picked up a teacup and said, It's just 2 second-rate sects. Why would I need to handle it? Yewang City will think of a way for me. She said loudly, On what basis? He put down the cup and replied, On the basis that young lady Ye came to find me tonight. To avoid causing more trouble, you should go quickly. Mingyu asked, This young lady kindly wanted to come and save you, and this is your attitude. He smiled. Ling Feng is dead, young lady. You doesn't care, but instead comes to care about the murderer. Young lady, what is your meaning? Her face flushed. I don't like Ling Feng. Just as she spoke, he rushed forward and whispered in her ear, Then who do you like? If you don't say, I'll see you out. You won't have another chance. The girl's whole body began to get aroused. I see that you treat Lu Yikshu very well while you ignore me. I'm very sad in my heart. So I discovered I've fallen for you. Lin Yue was just waiting for this. He picked her up straight away. Then stay here with me tonight. The girl's face was dazed. This is too fast. Are the girls who are listening to this review? Lin Yue let go and threw her straight onto the bed. The girl was also very cooperative, relaxing her body and letting out a cry. Ah! He leaned over, face to face with her. The girl's whole body began to feel hot. The treasure she had kept for more than 20 years was about to be lost. So nervous. Is it here? Suddenly, she felt that Lin Yue's breath was no longer on her face. Curiously, she opened her eyes and turned to see that Lin Yue was already snoring like a tractor. She was startled and exclaimed, This guy actually fell asleep on his own. She turned to look at him and thought, Who on earth is he? I'm lying right next to him and he can still be so calm. She proactively placed her hand on his body, her eyes full of unrequited love as she gazed at her crush right next to her. The scene shifts to the next morning. Lin Yue was dreaming right at the climax of the plumber and the lucky customer when he woke up. He turned to see Mingyu still lying there staring at him. She smiled. Young, Master Lin is awake. He smiled back as expected of the #1 beauty of Yewang City, truly beautiful. The girl was too embarrassed and covered her face. You're teasing me again. But have you really thought of a way to deal with the 2 sects, Lei and Ling? He handed her a piece of paper and said, Don't worry, I have my own way, but there's something I need your help with. Help me prepare all the materials on this list. Then bring Elder Xinghe here. Mingyu took the paper. All right, I'll go do it right away. She hurriedly left the room. Just as she stepped out the door, she didn't notice Lu Yikshui was already outside. She was also startled and puzzled. Young Lady Ye. Why did young Lady Ye come out of young Master Lin's room? She immediately opened the door to see young Master. I've heard some news. The 2 sects Lei and Ling are on their way. He nodded. Very good. Since they've come, they won't be going back. Shui Yi, you stay here in the inn and protect Shanner well. She is not an ordinary child. She received the order. Yes. A moment later, Mingyu returned to the room. Young Master Lin. The things are ready. Elder Xinghe has also arrived. He was puzzled. I wonder why young Master Lin is looking for this old man. He replied, I want to let Elder Xinghe see something. Mingyu, you take out all the materials. The items were almost all on the table. Lin Yue immediately used a technique. Releasing the great Sun Taoist Fap, slowly burning the 3 items, Xinghe saw that something was wrong and raised his hand. Young lady stepped back. Young master. Lin, you can't. You have to be a high-level forging master to barely handle these materials. Without decades of experience, it's very dangerous. Just as he spoke, the flame had already grown larger. Lin Yue had refined the 3 things. Xinghe was startled. How is it possible? 7-colored xuan, tie the Nammin Li Huo steel plate, and the Tongtian pine wood, so quickly refined. So many high-level materials. This fire is definitely not an ordinary fire. The shape and color began to change. Lin Yue muttered, using that as a guide, refining from 7 colors, gradually turning into a golden color like spiritual power, then gradually forming a circle. On it the words, "If you've read this far, please support with a like," appeared. He smiled to himself, just one final step. Xinghe saw this and calmed down. Young lady, this forging technique of young Master Lin, you can't find a second person like him in Yewang City. He returned to a state of meditation, to concentrate more. Finally, he successfully created the Zhuanjia for the puppet. I'll call you the indestructible Zhuanjia. The 2 stood there gaping. He succeeded already. Normally those forgers would take several months. Is he tricking us? No. Young Master Lin is just too fast. Besides this, Zhuanjia has already surpassed the 9th grade. Lin Yue revealed, you're wrong. In fact, this is a 3rd grade spiritual artifact. The 2 girls were shocked again. What, a 3rd grade spiritual artifact? Lin Yue made an offer. Elder Xinghe, I know you are also proficient in the art of creation. As long as you agree to one condition, I can give the method of creating the indestructible Xuanjia to Yewang City. The girl went from one surprise to another. Is this true? Lin Yue replied, of course I can give the creation technique to Yewang City. I want to exchange it for Elder Xinghe, using the innate deduction technique to help me calculate my fortune. Ye Mingyu was puzzled. Calculate your fortune. Just tell me and it's fine. Why do you need to invite Elder Xinghe? He replied, I want Elder Xinghe to help me calculate the fortune of the northern territory, not mine. Xinghe heard this and was startled again. The Northern Territory's fortune? Lin Yue asked, does Elder Xinghe find it difficult? He thought, if I can create the indestructible Zhuanjia, it will be a great benefit to Yewang City. But will this Lin Yue keep his promise? He replied, the Northern Territory is too big. It's really a bit difficult. Lin Yue took out an item and smiled. I know Elder Xinghe is always cautious, but you don't need to think too much. This is the method of creating the indestructible Zhuanjia. If you don't believe it, then just try creating one first. Xinghe, as he unrolled the scroll, said, it is I who have been a petty person judging a gentleman. Young Master Lin is truly a true gentleman. Then Xinghe will be so bold as to perform. I wonder what future event in the Northern Territory young Master Lin wants to see, and after how many years he replied, 1 year is enough. Xinghe clasped his hands and cast a spell, muttering, the stars move the 10,000 things of the universe. The constellations guide the Northern Territory appears. A circular formation appeared, beginning to absorb the surrounding treasures. Xinghe reminded young Master Lin, pay attention. Normally, it will be accelerated 100 times. Use your divine sense to see what you're interested in. Lin Yue obeyed. All right, I just want to see 4 places. As he spoke, he closed his eyes and sensed. The Hongmeng continent, the Wangshan clan, Yewang City, the Biluo Shangqing Palace, and finally, Great Senior Sumeru. When he saw the final boss, he was suddenly, Xinghe felt his body become unstable, his face pale, and he immediately vomited blood. The formation also shattered into pieces. Mingyu was worried and asked Elder what's wrong. Lin Yue, as he supported Xinghe, replied, he saw something he shouldn't have, so he consumed too much. He'll be fine after a few days of rest. The scene shifts. Xinghe is lying unconscious on the bed, looking lifeless. Wu Nian also entered from the beginning, curious. There was a loud noise just now. Brother Lin, what happened? He replied, Since Brother Qin has asked, I'll be honest. Elder Xinghe helped me see the fortune of the Northern Territory, and as a result, he overexerted himself and fainted. He assessed Qin. Wu Nian didn't bring his guardian. It seems he considers me a friend. He replied, Brother Lin's concern for the Northern Territory is truly noble. He smiled. I'm not noble at all. I'm also doing it for myself. I also just took a look at the fortune of the Biluo Shangqing Palace, but I'll tell Brother Lin later. Because the Ye King has arrived. Just as he spoke, a powerful spiritual qi accompanied by a laugh, ha ha ha, appeared. To be able to meet two young heroes at once? It was not in vain for me, Jun Wushang, to come here. The two also politely clasped their hands. Greetings. Great Lord, Ye King. Jun Wushang gestured with his hand, inviting the two to sit. He took the initiative to speak first. Little Brother Lin, do you know that you've gotten yourself into big trouble? He replied, It's a small matter. On the contrary, the fact that the Ye King came out of seclusion without breaking through is the big matter. As I said, I can help the Ye King break through to the ninth heaven transcendence territory. I wonder if the Ye King believes it or not. He heard this and still couldn't believe it. How do you know I haven't broken through? He replied, I naturally have my own methods. A straightforward person doesn't do things in the dark. The Ye King just needs to answer whether he believes it or not. He smiled. Of course I don't believe it. Little Brother Lin, although you have good eyesight, you are still too young after all. Lin Yue was extremely confident. Does the Ye King dare to let me try once? Then you will know if what I said is true or not. He replied, All right, and extended his hand for him to check his pulse. He clearly felt a ray of divine sense affecting every one of his meridians. This is